You're always sorry.
You should be sorry.
Because you're in a sorry state of affairs. That's why.
It's my fault that we're late. I apologize.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, we're starting late, everybody. This is us. We're here.
Hi.
Oh, yeah, comics.
Hi.
We're live.
We're live.
I got to send the link.
We're about to do the reveal of who's actually here or not. Ta-da! It's us.
It's us. It's him. It's them.
Hi.
In a world gone mad.
We're doing a live broadcast on the YouTubes, and I like Pink very much, Lois.
That's
and
true.
the comments are open as well, so we can get comments.
That's true.
So there. Yeah.
Oh, there.
All of that's correct.
I gotta share this somehow or another. No?
I know. I'm doing the same thing, man. I'm getting to the I Like Pink page to alert my people.
Ooh, I'm dropping stuff.
So, am I too loud, guys? I'm sorry.
Yes.
No, you're good.
It's us.
It's us. It's him. It's them.
Okay, yeah, but you see, the way you do it is, dude, you don't have your sound down there. All right. There we go. There's our broadcast vet.
There's our veteran telling us all the things we're doing wrong all the time.
That wasn't me.
No,
You just yelled at him.
It was
Yeah,
me.
well,
It was me. I admit it.
oh, that's what I see. That no, I'm with you. All right, I'm slow.
That's not dinner.
I'm slow.
Wayne has his profile picture up. Yay! Now we know it's Wayne.
Wow. Jeez.
Look at you. You're getting all technical. I love that profile picture. Nice unicorn head. Looks good.
That's hilarious.
So, welcome to is today Holy Thursday or Good Friday? I forget.
It's Saturday.
Well, yeah, it's Saturday.
Is
We were going to create a New Testament or should we wait for Artie if Artie's going to show up?
Artie.
Oh, I have no idea.
Hello,
I was gonna
Kevin.
say, we're going to write a new chapter of the Testament where before Jesus is resurrected, he has his big battle against his brother, Lex Christ.
We're gonna dredge that up. His mother's not gonna like that.
Yeah, that's very funny, Artie.
For those of you just joining us, we're on I like Pink, and we're on YouTube. And if you want your comments, if you want your comment profile picture to be shown, there's a way to do it, and I believe it's in the beginning or description of the podcast on I Like Pink or wherever. So I could put it in here somewhere as well. Yeah, it's all good.
Sure.
So, and Wade says it's Saturday something.
It's like Taco Tuesday. Let us not forget that in the New Testament, Taco Tuesday.
Well, if today's Silent Saturday, none of us should be talking.
Yeah, that worked out. When I was 14, my parents were cool and were like, you're old enough to decide for yourself. So if you don't want to keep Lent, and I couldn't hear them because the bologna sandwich was already shoved in my face. I'm sorry, what?
Aren't you supposed to eat nothing but meat on Saturday? Because you're not supposed to eat meat on Friday,
Nothing but meat on Saturday.
right?
Nice.
Nothing but meat on Saturday,
guys-
and then on Sunday you have the Easter lamb or something.
Oh, we'd do midnight mass and then come home and all right, it's 2 a.m. Let's have lamb. It's like,
On Easter you would go to midnight mass. I thought that was only for the Christmas times.
no, I don't know. Greek. By the way, Greek Easter next week for all of us Eastern Orthodox people. That's clarity, bro. Got it. Yeah. So,
Did I ever tell you about my Easter horror from when I was a kid?
No.
So I'm one of them. They're what you call Italians.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm assuming you're Catholic.
Yeah. So most of us are
I'm
Italians, I guess. Right. So we had a big family meal, like all Italians mostly do, and it was Easter Sunday, and they brought out. We used to. My grandfather used to raise rabbits and sell them, and meat and fur and all that other stuff. And they brought in a big dish, and it was a cooked rabbit, and they put it right smack in the middle of the table. And when they cooked it, they left everything there because you don't let anything waste,
Of course.
So there's this rabbit staring at me, and I said something to the effect of isn't it sacrilegious to be eating this on Easter Sunday? I used a few words like we're gonna go.
Why would a rabbit
stuff like that?
We're gonna go to heck.
Well, because it was Easter Sunday. It's bunnies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but
So-
all right, go on.
Yeah. Anyway, I got in trouble and I had to sit at the other table.
That's hilarious.
The kids
I
table?
direct- Go ahead,
Franco,
Mike.
I think you had a point. I mean, I don't know why they should have listened to you, but they were too into eating the rabbit.
It's funny. Oh,
Would you
gross.
eat Santa on
My
Christmas?
sister- What's that?
If you caught Santa putting presents under the tree, would you hit him over the head and then
Would
time
you
up?
cook
and
him?
eat him dead? I don't
Let's
think so.
cook him. Come on, let's cook him.
Let me
Right?
tell you another story about my father.
And this one I know. Go on.
You may know this one. But we're driving down the road, right? And all of a sudden, my father swerves and hits like a pheasant or something like that. He didn't try to hit it. He swerved because it came out on the side of the road real quick. And he hit it, and it kind of went under the car, and feathers flew up, and it tumbled underneath the car, and he stopped the car, right? And I got up in the back seat, and I looked, and my father, in Italian, because he doesn't speak English, he goes, "Is it dead?" And I saw the thing get up and be wobbly, and I'm like, "No, he's fine." And my dad puts the car in reverse and begins to back up so he could try and hit it because he wanted to take it home for dinner. Luckily, it went off to the side of the road and he was fine. But
Wow.
yeah, that's what I had to deal with here.
That's
That's
hilarious.
very, I know what you did last summer.
But no, if you can trap it or kill it or whatever, we would eat it. So yeah.
It's still good.
Hence when
It's
people
really
ask
yummy.
me, if I've eaten different things, like
Squirrel.
I've eaten squirrel, I've eaten raccoon. I didn't know I was eating these things at the time, but yeah,
Oh,
these
God.
are things that happen.
It's nice. What's the problem?
You
It all
put
tastes
on
like
some
butter.
sauce, it's fine. A little bit of pasta, you okay?
Exactly. My family would literally, for a lot of Easters, would buy a whole lamb and put it on an outdoor spit and roast it all day. And we were in a predominantly Jewish neighborhood, and they were great people, but they, were these savages in Wilmette roasting an entire lamb. But then when it started to cook, and it was, the butter and the lemon juice and the oregano and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, that smells really good. Hey, can we have some of that?" They're like, "Oh yeah, no problem. There's plenty, obviously." And the best was we would give our dog the lamb skull to play with. And I remember, after a couple,
Here, Fido.
after a,
Fetch. Yeah.
exactly, because we did. It was a whole lamb, and we, after like a week, obviously the skull would get a little funky, and we, and this is a little sweet cocker spaniel dog, would bark obviously if he didn't know somebody. The first time I ever saw a dog go feral, because literally we tried to take the skull away, and the dog's like, and we're like, "Yeah." Hey, shut up, you little 3-foot dog. We're taking the lamb skull away from you.
You lamb skull.
Come on, you lame brains. We gotta roast this lamb. I don't know, Mo. Gee.
Hey, it's still got the head on it.
Oh, the Jewish people are looking at us funny, Mo.
People
Right.
were going to have a nice Easter until they joined us.
Unbelievable, man. The Rankin Bass Easter cartoons not as cool as the Christmas
No.
ones. The Easter
I didn't know there was one.
coming to town. I want to say Fred Astaire. I'm gonna look it up. IMDb.
Home
IMDb.
pounding.
And the worst Halloween special is the Peanut special, the Great Pumpkin. I hate that one.
Oh, you're nuts.
Why?
You are nuts. You are so wrong. It hurts.
No, man.
That's a
I feel
great
bad.
special.
This kid is abused. People are abusing Linus and allowing him to believe and letting him get away with this. That's called bullying today.
Lucy gets up at 3 a.m. and he's shivering in the pumpkin patch and stuff, and he's got his blanket over him. That is the best. And of course, all I got was a rock. I mean, come on, man. That's like
That's the
comic
best
genius.
That's the best part of it. Otherwise, they're bullying that child the entire show.
And lesbian peppermint patty. Hiya, Chuck.
Hey, Chuck. I think we're gonna go trick or treating, Chuck. Yeah, how you doing, Patty? And Marcy. Hey, me and Marcy are coming over. We're gonna bring Franklin. That's the Thanksgiving one, though. That's
That is
and that's a good one too.
I love when Snoopy shuffles the bread.
Yes. They make toasted popcorn for Thanksgiving. Where's the mashed potatoes? Hey, easy, Patty.
I came over here for a full Easter dinner. Where's the whole rabbit? You can't just cut off its head.
You touched my hand, Chuck, you sly dog.
You want to know another really gross thing about the Easter Sunday dinner with the rabbit? Is
Please.
My sister, luckily she doesn't listen to these things because she thinks I'm dumb, and she's not wrong. But she would scoop out the eyeballs from the
Excuse me 1 second.
and she would suck out them like a grape and eat them, and it was gross. Oh, it was disgusting. Like, yeah.
Yikes. It was Fred Astaire in The Easter Bunny is Coming to Town, reprising his role as the postman in Santa Claus is Coming to Town with the great Mickey Rooney. Bang.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right.
That was gross. Now that we've completely horrified everybody and ruined their dinner, because tomorrow they're going to be sitting there being grossed out.
What were you saying, Mike?
He's horrified me. I'm horrified. Forget the audience. I'm horrified.
Wait a minute. Aren't you Italian? You never did any of this stuff?
Yeah, give me a break. White bread Italian.
No, I never scooped the eyes out of anything.
I don't believe you.
Except for that one time in Bensonhurst, but that was a whole different thing. that was called for. He needed to be done. But to eat them, no, never.
You ain't no real Italian.
Exactly,
Italian.
man.
You gotta scoop out something's eyes to be a real Italian?
I think so. I think that's part of the
Italian.
Yeah, that's part of the initiation. Yeah. Come on, man. So there.
I'm gonna be something else then if I have to eat eyes out of another.
So tell us one of your horrible dinner Italian stories.
I don't think I really have them. Our food was always good. We always, there
No,
was
that's
the lamb, the pork, there was the sausage, there was the meatballs, there was the homemade, the gravy, there was all that stuff. There was no squirrel or rabbits.
No, see, Kevin knows what I'm talking about.
That was an Italian jump ball because Campoboso can also obviously tell some Italian stories.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking, Franco, with your sister eating the eyeballs, she could make money with that. She could be on they have game shows where people do that.
Fear Factor, exactly.
Yeah.
She just takes a rabbit and like and just sucks it right out of its head.
Yeah, she'd do great. She'd win the top prize.
Fear Factor, Italian style.
Exactly.
Hey, yo, what do you got over here? Eyeballs? I ain't scared of no eyeballs. I'll eat them.
Next up, oxtail. My dad, big fan of oxtail soup. Big fan of oxtail soup.
Oxtail.
Yeah,
I was about to say what part of the ox, but the tail, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. What part wasn't self-explanatory? What the hell are you saying? Come on.
You know what they say about the oxtail, right? It's right next to the butthole. Ooh.
Hey Mo. Hey Mo, where's the oxtail on this thing, Mo? Think about it, grapehead.
Check where the hole is.
Enough said. Hey Mo, do I have to eat this oxtail? It feels kind of funny. Shut up. Poor Curly Joe.
See, Franco, Fear Factor Italian style in Brooklyn was if you walked into a room and if there was plastic on the floor, then you should be afraid.
That's true. That's true.
How about plastic on all the furniture? Because that's what I had in my house.
Fear Factor of a different kind.
That was Grandma and Great Grandma's house, all the plastic. But you couldn't go in there anyway, so it didn't matter. You just looked at it from afar.
Kevin Bixby, yeah, also a plate of neck bones. Yeah, that's a thing.
Yep.
My dad would like slurp on the neck of something for like an hour.
Well, my dad's meat sauce from the Italian restaurant, it was all neck bones and back and everything. Like because again, that's where you get good beef stock. Absolutely. Seriously, unparalleled. No, I have yet to find a meat sauce that was as great as my father's gravy back in the 70s. I'm not kidding.
Johnny, can I clarify something? You get good beef stock in the back. Is that what you just said?
Yeah. I won't like the backbones and the neck bones. Yeah, you go ahead and go there, Mr. I've never had lambs
really
in my
Italian.
life. Yeah, exactly. Full Italian. Jesus. Yes, I believe we enjoy pasto and rigatoni and things of that nature. Man.
I like how this has turned into the immigrant podcast right now.
Yeah, now it's exactly show us your papers. Exactly, man. Come on. Yes, indeed. That's a good question, Anthony.
Yes.
For Skoke.
Oh. Jeff Goldblum will try to tell you what he's doing for Easter, but it'll take all of Easter for him to get there to
Well,
tell
also,
you.
actually, he's probably
oh.
celebrating Passover rather than Easter.
Oh, I would eat the eyeballs. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, well.
Oh,
See, my Jeff Goldblum adventures into Robin Williams. Well, I don't know.
And the brains. They eat the brains of stuff too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sweetbreads. Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
Chilled monkey brains.
What's wrong with a nice
those
ham
wor-
and cheese potatoes? Well, the cheese potatoes, first of all, because I don't know what's in them.
No,
And
I
I
got
don't
no
know what
problem
part of
with
the ham the ham
potatoes.
came from.
Hey, Robert, I like your avatar, your icon, or whatever it's called.
Kurt Swan. Yep.
Kurt Swan Superman.
Winking Kurt Swan. Absolutely the best. Yeah, that's the grossest
Is that
temple.
the cast of Smallville right there, Wayne? It looks like it is.
Yeah, it is. It's
Oh,
cast in
yeah.
Smallville.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the grossest scene in Temple of Doom. Chilled monkey brains. I'm like,
I like how we're going to
not
talk
funny.
about your avatar more than
Yeah, really.
your question. I
Than
like
your
that.
questions exactly.
You got a question?
The most fascinating thing about you, Robert, is your avatar. No, I'm kidding. You ask a question.
I come from a Polish family. When my dad was a kid, he lived on a farm, and they didn't waste anything either. They had fried goose blood on Easter. Yeah, that sounds
Outstanding.
about right.
Atta girl,
Yeah.
Sarah. Very
Uh-huh.
good. Good contribution.
See?
Exactly. What's the problem?
How do you have that? Do you drink that, or do you?
No, you
somehow
take
eat
the
it?
goose, and then you squeeze it real hard, and then you fry it. You fry it. Whatever comes out, you fry. It's blood or poop or whatever it is. You fry
Blood
it.
or poop. What cookbook are you in? All right, I'm giving you a pass on the raccoon and the squirrel, but poop. Come on, man.
I've eaten alligator. What else have I eaten? Raccoon, snake. I've had snake. Yeah, no.
Steak or snake?
Oh man,
Steak,
there used to
well,
be
scales.
we used to live really close to a really good restaurant that specialized in game meat. You know, so like elk and things, but it would have bison and some
Game meat, like
yeah.
Parcheesi.
No, exactly. And I can't remember now. I'm totally blanking on the name of it. I don't think it's there anymore. It was right by Martyrs, but it was like Lincoln and Irving Park, like in that area and stuff, right by where we live.
Oh, that where they would do this?
Yeah,
Oh.
but I can't remember right now. I'm totally blanking on the name of the place. And I mean, it was still going in the like 15 years ago, early 2000s and stuff. Great place, great food. But yeah, they'd have they'd import like rattlesnake or ostrich, of course. So yeah, that's the first times I would have like exotic meat.
Exotic meat.
If you will.
Can you say the word exotic
As opposed
meat
to
me?
erotic meat. Call 999 erotic meat.
Hey, is that goose excited or is it just me?
Or hot Doug's used to fry their French fries in duck fat, and the Humane Society got on their asses about that, and so
Okay.
they
Who
had to
used to
stop
do
doing
this?
that. This great hot dog joint in Chicago is called Hot Doug's,
R.I.P.
and they used to like fry their ducks in duck fat, and also there was really good duck pate.
So
And
they
again,
were
like-
upset about the ducks, but not the dog part.
So they heard the back room. Hey, wait a minute! Somebody's throttling Donald back there.
It was a neurotic Donald. he was all happy about it.
It keeps rattling a whole new word. A whole new meaning.
Scoot's watching.
Oh, I hope
Scoot,
so.
All right.
Hot dogs are the best.
All right.
That's what he
is
said.
Scoot feeling better? Scoot, are you feeling better?
I don't know. He's going to join us eventually, maybe.
Two Sheds
That'll
Nose.
be right back.
Exactly. Hot Dogs was the best. It was a great hot dog joint. Fantastic hot dog joint.
And then, of course, there's one in every crowd who has to bring up the.
No, they did not put ketchup on it. No. Hey, man. It's like going in a deli and asking for mayo on your corned beef. It's just not done, kids. Sorry.
I do it all the time.
All right, well, you're 5 years old. Your palate's 5 years old. What can I tell you?
What?
Can I point out? I've got Netflix on, and it just they're showing all the cards of stuff, and they keep featuring the fact, hey, we've got Outbreak, the Dustin Hoffman pandemic movie, and it's like maybe not the best time to see Outbreak. I don't know.
Oh, thank you. My lovely assistant has procured me a drink.
Boy, oh boy,
Oh, hi.
So,
Hi,
cheers.
Lisa.
I'm having the
They all
last
said
of my
hello.
iced coffee.
Ooh, it's quite.
At some
tasty.
point, I'll wander the wilderness and grab a water or something.
Oh, I forgot.
You know. I put bulbs in. You'll notice I put bulbs in. So
Big
there's
jug.
not-
Skokie, nice jugs.
Again, this is what Skoke does, man. He comes with his big jug. If you'll pardon the expression.
I guess
Sugar
my first
pie
day,
and-
we had sugar pie and what is that? Tortillas?
Tortillas, I'm assuming. I don't know what tortillas are, but I believe Musso when he says this.
Wait,
Yeah.
we should
Wayne-
ignore his question and look at his icon again.
Yeah, exactly. But Wayne, I am so glad that we saw you at C2E2, the last con standing, because God only knows when we were going to see each other again. In this,
When
not to be a
I
bummer, but it's like, wow, really glad that Wayne, we got to hang out with Wayne this week or that week.
Bring it down, John.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry.
thanks,
I know.
and way to hurt Mike's feelings, Mike Nagan's feelings. Good
In
job.
these hard times.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
How do you hurt my feelings? What did I do? What did you do?
I don't know.
Oh, about no conventions?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
They'll come
What are
back
you gonna do?
eventually. We'll be back. I'll be back.
Are you able to do stuff behind the scenes during the?
Yeah. Well, I'm still working. I'm still doing.
Good.
We're working on a bunch of stuff. We're trying to do some online stuff.
Cool.
We got stuff moving.
Good deal.
Some of our stuff was postponed. Florida SuperCon is in July. Emerald City is in August.
Oh, they pushed Emerald City to August.
We pushed Emerald City August.
I hope.
Keystone in August.
I hope it happens.
We, fingers crossed it all happens. New York
Yeah,
Comic Con
yeah.
still full steam ahead. But as everyone knows, the situation is fluid. So
I saw Bleeding Cool today that I guess San Diego will make its announcement soon.
This week or something like that, right?
Yeah, which
I
I
think-
understand.
I think we all know that that's going to be postponed.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to
Yeah.
be canceled, but I think it'll be postponed to the end of the year.
That would be great. It would be great and a great time to go to San Diego if it is like a December con or something like that.
Unless it's in October, Johnny.
I know. You don't have to tell me, buddy. I know.
And I won't be able to go.
So no, it's really
Loyal to New York Comic Con. I know. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a school schedule more than that.
right. He's back in school. Exactly. Don't kid yourself
It's
there.
canceled forever. There's no more. We're going to homeschool forever.
We'll see. We'll see. What else? I was going to mention, if it's okay, guys, let me promote now. Who's coming up on Word Balloon in the next few days?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
let's hear it.
I did, first of all, Thursday, incredible conversation with Grant Morrison and Liam Sharp about Green Lantern.
Wow.
First long form Grant Morrison interview on Word Balloon. The only other time at New York Comic Con for Newsarama, I did like a 5-minute video interview with him, and I lucked into that. And he's always been sweet in the ensuing years. Oh yeah, we'll do another one, John. I promise. Oh yeah, oh great. And I'm like, all right. Well, and again, during this situation where everyone's home, I'm shooting for the moon. So I'll tell you the ones that I'll tell you the ones that I absolutely have like confirmed, because there's a couple tentatives that are great names. But
Before you get to that,
Sure.
but the big question is with Grant Morrison. Did you ask him the big question? Did you talk about?
I did not. We didn't have time to talk darts. We only talked for about 45 minutes, and I thank DC because they're like 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, can I get more? And they're like, yeah, okay. I'm like, okay, good. And I didn't want to be a pig, but like, if I get around 45 minutes, that would be great. So we managed. Liam was great as well. I don't like doing 2-person interviews because I always feel someone's going to get less time, and I would rather do one-on-one. But they scheduled it already, and I'm like, all right, no problem. We'll make it work. And Liam was great, and Liam had great things to say as well. And also, God, that book is amazing. It's beautiful, and it's an incredible story. It's Green Lantern from Heavy Metal Magazine. It's that kind of combination of the crazy stuff that I grew up with as a little kid, remembering Gil Kane reprints of Green Lantern from the 70s, and all the weird, like the tree lantern and all these other things. They've added so many other lanterns, plus callbacks of one-shot lanterns over the years. It's so good. I don't know if you guys were reading it at all.
Have you read it? You've read it? It's
I'm
like, I think we talked about the Grant Morrison thing being hit or miss. Like when their stories are good, they're like really good. When there's some that are like, like
Sure.
what's he talking about here? But
no, it's I mean, it's very at the same time a grounded police procedural as it is a space, out in outer space and weird stuff. They go to alternate universes and alternate Green Lanterns and like an entire Green Lantern Justice League, and Airwave is in there, and there's a great Green Arrow interlude. I mean, they great Carol Ferris Star Sapphire interlude. They hit all the buttons, and it's they're in their second season, 2 issues in before the virus hit, and it's honestly so good. And two volumes of graphic novels you could buy now.
Wasn't there an interlude between season 1, season 2? I didn't read
Yes.
it,
Yes.
but there was some kind of
Yeah.
in between, right?
Anthony, I saw your question there. Love the Han Allred interview. I donated to be drawn into X-Ray Robot because I was jealous of you appearing in everybody's comics. Well, Franco's been in a bunch of comics too, and I don't know, Mike, have you been in comics? Has anyone drawn you into scenes?
I've been in Comics, a couple, and but otherwise, no. So for all my comic creator friends out there watching this, it's time for you to finally
There
join
you
me.
go.
Oh,
But-
no, I gotta
Anthony, I
pull
saw
that back.
your question there. Love the Han Allred interview. I donated to be Where's that coming from?
Oh,
Sorry, guys. My fault.
Oh, no worries, buddy.
I was trying to start a watch party.
I want to make sure it wasn't Nate because usually it is. Go on.
Amy Chu wrote me into Red Sonja comic. So I forgot who drew it, but she wrote me into it. So I'm in one scene smoking a pipe, and then that's it. That's it. So all of you need to get on that. I would like to be on a cover, by the way, as well. So
Understood.
specifically Superman, right?
specifically Superman. Just not for nothing. I had a friend who was drawing Superman and writing Superman, but I wasn't in that book. Isn't that interesting? It took place
I
in
don't know.
small,
It's not
but I
that
wasn't in it.
I don't know who that was. I don't know.
It's not that.
I don't know what you're
Just
talking about.
saying.
Mike, you definitely have a Superman look to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's
You
Superman.
should train. Yeah, you should train the middle there and do the spit curl if you could.
Well, I hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Oh, that's the Superman theme. I thought you were
Thank you.
farting for a second.
Oh, you
No,
see?
as we know, I can fart in different octaves. Mike can attest to that.
Yep, that is true.
Ooh. There it is.
There it is.
Nice.
No, I
Nice.
couldn't find. There's a picture of me from my wedding. It's buried behind a bunch of stuff because I'm doing some rearranging in my office. But it's a picture of me from my wedding. I have the Superman shirt under my tux with Lori, my wife, behind me, like the old Terry Hatcher, Dean Cain thing from
Sure.
Lois and Clark.
Nice.
And I got the little spit curl going, just a tiny bit.
Nice.
Tiny-
Yeah,
All right. I like that spit curl.
that's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Before I lose the train, let me real fast.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, Grant was Thursday. Friday, I talked to Patrick Schumacher, the Harley Quinn animated series showrunner, which is unbelievably funny. I'm not saying that because he's a guest. It is so good. And if you're a hardcore DC person, dozens of Easter eggs in every episode and so many great jokes. My favorite was in the first episode of Harley Quinn. They're in Arkham, and Calendar Man is being visited by his wife, and they go, and it's like Harley says, "I don't even know how long I've been in this place," and Calendar Man just goes, 4 months, 3 days, 7 hours, so many minutes, and his wife goes, "Oh sure, you don't remember our anniversary, but you remember the hottie, how long she's been in Arkham," and it's just stuff like that, man. It is so funny. So he was on. I also talked to Mike Gold Friday, and that'll be.
I
I'll
like
be
Mike Gold a lot.
I'll
I
be
like
releasing
it.
that tomorrow. A great conversation. Great stuff about the Superman Muhammad Ali publicity campaign in mainstream media. Really great stories about that. About the DC implosion, because he was in marketing when the DC implosion happened, and all the his time at First Comics, and then bringing all those First Comics people to DC in the mid '80s with Hawk World and Grell doing Green Arrow and Longbow Hunters and all that stuff. Really interesting stories. Yeah, we did it for 3 hours. I'm chopping it into 2, but they'll be dropping tomorrow. And I over the weekend I put out Declan Shelby and my buddy Julianne Emery, who's kicking ass on streaming and basic cable, and she's going to be on Bosch. If you have Amazon Prime and you watch Bosch, season 6 starts this week,
I like
and
that
she's the main guest star for the season.
Wasn't she in Breaking Bad too? Already lose it
She
right
might
now.
have been in Breaking Bad, but she definitely was in the first season and a very key character in Better Call Saul. She was in the first season of Fargo on FX. She
Was
on
it Saul or whatever? Wasn't she the character? I think that they stole the money. So maybe it might have been Better Call Saul.
It was Saul, first season of Saul, yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah.
And no, she's great. I mean, and she keeps getting these great opportunities. She almost was to Paul on Enterprise.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, she dodged a bullet there then.
I don't know. It made it 4 seasons. I mean, it's not like a 3 episodes and out kind of thing. And
I know
she's
that.
guest starred on a million shows. But she's great. No, she's truly like once again New York Comic Con. That's how I met her. I was at a dinner party after hours, and I come in. Tony Fleece used to do those great posters that were based on those Love Is characters, and it was Kirk carrying Spock's dead body, and instead of Love Is, it was a friend is ... and I forget what the quote was, but she answers the door. I've got it in my hands, facing the door, and she's like, I meet her, and literally the first thing she says to me is, "Oh my God, that's the saddest scene in Star Trek history." And she's this lovely young actress. And I'm like, "Hi, I'm John. Who are you?" Nice to meet you. I have a feeling I'm going to be sitting next to you at dinner tonight. And she was great. She's a doll. She's married. I mean, please, I'm not stupid, but she's such a sweetheart. She's great and really interesting, and has a great perspective of not only what's happening with television currently during the virus, but just in general, and how streaming is doing well and what's happening with the networks. It's a great conversation. Can't promote it enough, ladies and gentlemen. Already available now at wordballoon.com.
Nice. Check it out.
All right, I'm done promoting. Thank you, guys. Sorry about that. It was very
No,
long.
not at all.
Nice.
Guys, I've been doing some cleaning in my apartment with this time, and I unearthed some items that were long forgotten.
Yay!
I'd love to share them with you now, if you wouldn't mind.
No.
Yeah.
These are
Sure. Yeah. Great.
extra special items. This is one I picked up in Nashville a number of years ago. This is a DJ Jazzy Jeff air freshener.
Wow, I love that.
For the car.
Wait a minute. Wait, let's get this straight. That you
You're home
picked
from
up.
LA.
I bought this.
Okay, so that was not a present because
This was not
there's
a
been
gift.
a running thing with you in getting weird gifts. This you actually purchased.
I did buy
Okay.
that.
Do you have
eBay right now to see if I can find one to buy? I swear to God.
Do you have any empty Zima bottles along with that or whatever for more 90s artifacts, perhaps?
I do not.
Okay, just checking.
What I do have is a
Urkel thing.
Matthew McConaughey action figure from the film Sahara.
Wow.
I'm on the desert.
I didn't even know there was any merchandising. for
His
that.
name was Dirk Pitt.
That's right, man. His name is Dirk Pitt, and he's got a couple different heads.
I love his brother Arm, of course.
Yeah, you want to switch his heads.
That's awesome. He's got extra heads sold separately.
Couple
That's
of heads.
fantastic.
That's
Was
cool,
Steve
man.
Zahn the wacky sidekick in Sahara?
That's correct. I've not seen the film, but I
Thank
do
you.
know you are
Thank
correct.
Oh, who's the female lead? Was it Penelope Cruz?
That is correct as well.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
we're Franco and I. We'll take Sahara for 50, Alex. What the hell's the matter with us, man?
This was a gift. This is an A-Team pillow.
Like a pillow.
This was handcrafted. A friend of mine, he sewed this pillow. He used A-Team bed sheets to make this.
Nice. Did you guys see the Easter egg I made? I posted online. Did anyone see what it
No.
was?
No.
It was Mr. T. I made a Mr. T
No.
Easter egg.
Really?
How'd you bedazzle your
Oh.
Easter egg, Mikey? What
I
are we
gotta
gonna do?
find it.
That's true. You got to find it. It's good.
I'm gonna find
Yeah,
it.
all right, I'm gonna look that up. Absolutely.
See you all the way.
Right away.
I'm not going to drink the milk, Hannibal.
Well, I like what Jeff has to say. I pillow the fool.
Well done.
Very good. Well done.
Well
That's
done.
nice. Excellent. Very funny. What the hell's that?
Well, it's Easter time.
Oh my
guys.
god,
That's right.
So, this
that's
is,
horrifying.
what Easter would be complete without the Easter baby?
That's
It looks like a Benet Ramsey doll or something like that. I don't mean to be gross,
What?
but Jesus, what the hell
That's-
is that?
that's worse than the rabbits that we were fed on Easter Sunday. Why do you have a baby dressed as a bunny?
Yeah, that's creepy as hell, man.
It was a gift.
Hey, man.
All right.
That's awesome.
Why?
I
Who
don't-
gifted that to you?
This is my friend Jeff, who and his wife Dara, who also gave me the Jeff Goldblum shower curtain. Mike, I have a Jeff Goldblum shower curtain hanging in my bedroom. They presented me with this during one of their visits from Morton, Illinois. This is something Dara had as a kid, and I guess she was willing to part with it and gave it to me.
I wonder why.
Jeez.
Listen, I got enough of a
She
complex having it for the last 25
She
years.
didn't want
Why
that
don't you
thing
take it?
staring at her in the bedroom anymore. Holy
Exactly.
crap.
That you need to hang that in your shower, from a rope or something like that. Yeah, man, bad Easter bunny.
Yeah, Jeff's right. This is going to show up
Oh.
in tonight's Nightmare Fuel.
Have you got honestly for like several weeks I had no weird dreams, and all of a sudden this week I started having weird dreams. I don't know. I was very adjusted with what was going on. Oh, we lost Negan.
Well, now you're gonna have some more weird dreams.
And now he's gone. Why are we losing
Oh.
people?
I don't know.
Oh, there
He's
I am.
back. Hey, you're back.
Hey, guys.
Thank God. Here comes
Hey guys.
Negan.
Oh, there he is.
I
What
was trying to
happened?
share my screen so
Oh,
you could
wait,
see
hold on.
the T Easter Bunny.
I think when
Oh,
you added the other
oh.
one. Yeah, when
That
you
is-
added the other one.
Wow,
Oh, nice. Mm.
that is
Yeah, that-
excellent.
Hold on, wait
Outstanding.
1 second. There we go.
Nice.
Wow,
Wow.
I just made that yesterday. Yesterday.
that is great. Look at the colors.
Oh yeah.
It's got the chains on there. and the-
I didn't know you had mad artistic skills there.
I made a couple eggs last night. Hold on, let's see if I can find another.
You got it. Yeah, Telly Savalas. Who else have you got in there?
Wait a minute. I
have
know
a
I'm
Don
saying-
Knotts.
This is Yul Brenner as the king in The King and I. Very proud of that. My design is based on his Hirschfield caricature. I know
Well,
my
we always
neighbor.
whenever we do Easter eggs, we have a tradition every year. We do our Easter egg dine with family usually, but obviously it was just us this year. But we always big into just doing creative eggs, especially me and my oldest son Michael. So this year we really we had enough time to like just keep going crazy with it. So I'm trying to find
Sure.
another one. I did one for my son Jack that I was really proud of. If I could find it.
Robert Thompson. Very nice.
Everything's
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
low.
Oh, those people who give you this stuff. I understand now.
Oh
That's very
yeah.
funny.
Oh, I didn't get it. Yeah,
I
now
know.
get
At
it.
first, I'm like, wait, yes, we are.
Yeah, I'm like, what? They're with me on this, I think.
That's hilarious. The Morton people. Your Central Illinois people. They're a strange bunch down in Central
Okay,
Illinois. I
here's
can
another one.
attest to
Here's
that.
another one from Oh, I thought you had one up there. You're going through pictures. There's it.
Yeah, I'm just going through them.
Now watch it. Don't like scan on his porn that he puts on Facebook. Easy.
Maury made this one, Free Joe Exotic.
No.
I like it.
What was
That
that
was-
show? Oh, Tiger King, of course. It's right there.
All right, we'll come back to you when you found it.
Oh, I'm getting there. There's the
Oh,
TA.
man.
Bunny is talking to
Oh,
people.
can you see that one?
No, hold on. Let's put this one up. What do you got there?
That's me
Too
and my
far.
son Jack. That's Dwight. From
It's too
the
far away,
office.
buddy.
Oh, sorry.
From where?
Yeah, we
From the
can't see it.
office.
Oh, nice.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
there you go.
wow.
There you go. That's much
There
better.
it is.
Wow.
Dwight
Hilarious.
from the office.
These are
son's a
great.
Office fan, so I made him a Dwight egg.
Could also be Gigantic Jeff. I got to be honest with you.
Oh, it could be. And
It could
there's
be.
my cat outside.
Kind of look like Gigantic Jeff. I swear to God. He's gonna go. Hey, I heard that. What are you talking about?
I love how Skoke is holding the kid as if he's showing it to the screen. He is. He's
Why
showing
She's
are
a
you?
year and a half now, and she's actually starting to talk. It's pretty amazing.
Skoke, do you
Well-
sleep with that, or just on Easter?
Just on Easter.
Oh man.
A lot of
Or-
people don't know this, but that bunny is now part of the Oh Yeah podcast from now on.
It's one of our mascots. Exactly.
One of our guests now.
It's our mascot, if you will.
Don't bring it out to Easter.
He reminds me of Ralphie in A Christmas Story when he's got the outfit on. He looks ridiculous. You don't want to wear that, do you? Make him take it off.
Who would win a battle between Chucky and Easter Baby Bunny?
I hate
I don't know.
Chucky. Can I just tell you? Never got it. Never cared. It was so one joke to me. I'm like, I'm done with this in the first 5 minutes. Just watching the damn trailer. Chucky. Blow me, Chucky.
Mark
Right now,
Hamill.
Chucky's going, hey, wait a minute.
I don't know. What do you think, Easter Baby Bunny? Who would win? I don't
Chucky would
know,
take her
man.
out in a hard. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't know you were
Yeah.
going to.
I'm sorry.
No, go
Sorry.
ahead, buddy.
The rabbit talks like Matthew McConaughey.
I realize that now.
He started to say something.
What was he saying? I missed it.
His
Please.
Easter eggs have dropped because he sounds like he's got a real baritone voice there.
Hey, man.
Hey man, all right. Of course I'd win. Yeah.
It's kind of incongruent with the face, but I still like it.
Yeah, I definitely think this thing would win. Over
I think you
Chucky.
need to bring Dirk Pitts back or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
he should be joining us for the rest of the episode and then making comments because he already, he's got the look.
Dirk Pitt.
Whatever. Is that his name? Dirk Pitt?
Dirk Pitt, yeah.
Dirk Pitt.
I like Dirk Pitts though.
I'm seeing the name for the hero as Dirk Pitt. What do you think? How's that sound? Is that all right?
It's based. The movie was based on a book by Clive Cussler, in which the hero's name was Dirk Pitt. So it was.
There you go.
Oh, I
didn't
remember
realize
that
it.
book. I didn't
It was
realize
a
that.
series.
Yeah, I never made that connection.
I didn't either. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Clive Cussler.
Well, I think
Good
it's
stuff.
time to for this guy to
Retire.
go away. So
Retire,
long,
buddy,
everyone.
baby.
Happy Easter.
I'm gonna eat that baby.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, my sister's not here. She would have scooped out one of its eyes and ate it.
Nice. Very nice.
Then you'd have a creepy one-eyed doll staring at you in the middle of the night.
Oh, I don't need that.
That sounds like Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, it sounds like McConaughey.
I keep getting older, and they still have the same number of eyes.
Hey man, when you're done with that green grass that you got the Easter eggs on, let me take that from you, man. I feel he was smoking that in the corner.
Oh man, that's
Yeah.
horrifying. Never show me that again.
Skoke and I were doing a voice tutorial on bloody Michael Caine. I was explaining to him how to bloody do it right, and he kind of got it once I gave him the blueprint of how to do it.
And what was the trigger? What was the key, the hook that you told me
Kids,
about?
if you want to do your good Michael Caine, you start with like a Fozzie Bear. Hey, and then you put the British Cockney in there. Hey, waka, waka, right? I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to listen to you. That's how you do it. Master Wayne, look, get back in that bat cave, put the bloody armor on, and go out and beat the Joker. Right.
Well, it's Easter, so he's got to put the bat suit on with the bunny ears.
Look, I don't believe you. Put the bunny suit on, deliver the eggs, and get back home before tomorrow. Come
Make
on,
sure
Easter
to bring me
Bunny.
back
We got to go out and we got to give people the eggs that they're all looking for. Give them the plastic eggs that have coins inside of them, so it's an even better treat once they crack it open. Come on.
Come on, Easter. Come on.
Come on, Jesus. Come on and resurrect already. I am one of your disciples. We're all waiting for you. We had that Last Supper. You stuck us with the check. I don't understand what happened.
Oh,
Johnny.
Oh, there he is.
Hey,
There's
Johnny.
Stu.
It's the Phantom Menace. How are you?
I'm
The Phantom of the
C3PO.
podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm C3PO.
C3PO.
Come on, Jesus. Come on.
Come on.
Look,
Resurrect already. Come on.
Get out of the tomb.
We've been waiting for 3 days, for God's sake. Come on.
Bring Alfred back of Verma Formiga, Verna Blanca. Come on, Verma. Come on.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Scoot 3PO.
Yeah, well, I saw Mighty Mike was on here, so I figured I'd be a superhero too. Super Scoot.
I'm not getting the C-3PO vibe. I'm confused.
It's yellow.
Yeah, but it's only the mask, dumbass. It's not like your whole
And Vader's back there. See him by the door?
Something.
Vader's back there.
Again,
Is it an armless Vader?
Yeah. Luke cut his arms off.
Oh.
Sits for 8 his arms.
Unbelievable. Look at him.
What?
Now you got to talk like Dom DeLuise in Cannonball Run. Been a cop long? I am Captain Chaos.
Dun, dun, dun.
I love that.
What's
It's
the,
just me, Johnny.
Oh, hey, Scoot. How are you,
Hey.
buddy?
Hey, guys.
Welcome,
what's
Scoot.
with the mask
Hey.
today?
I don't know. I just getting the Easter stuff put out, Easter Bunny. So didn't want Oliver to recognize me when I was
I was
doing
going to
that.
say, Scoot always wants to. Scoot dresses up for Easter as a masked villain. That's the McMahon tradition. And
Yeah, we have
everything.
different traditions in Toledo. Jamie Farr started this.
Hey, I got an idea. Why doesn't everybody put masks on?
Paco's pickles in the basket.
Yeah.
The hot and spicy ones, because it's Easter.
Chest hair instead of that green grass.
That's true. Oh my God, that's awesome. Hey, your Easter eggs are nestled in a bunch of my arm hair. How are you? Nothing says Easter more than some Lebanese arm hair.
They're resting comfortably in my dirt pit.
Exactly. By the way, that's exactly where the tenants reside is in the dirt pit.
The dirt pit. Scoot, I didn't want you to miss out on that. Dirt
That's
pit.
cool. What is that?
This is Matthew McConaughey from the movie Sahara.
Did you do an impression?
Oh, of course. How could I miss that opportunity, Scoot? How could I miss out? All right.
Hey, Scope, just for the record, the Jazzy Jeff is not available. Air freshener is not available on eBay. I'm very disappointed.
Not available.
Why?
Not available. I went to check.
Nobody's
There is
parting
not
with
one.
theirs, obviously.
It's amazing. Who would partner with that? It's amazing.
Who would? Oh, it's coconut. Coconut. Apparently, DJ Jazzy Jeff has a coconut scent.
He smells like coconut wherever he goes.
That's pretty cool, dude.
Is that Cosby?
Yeah.
DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Just for the record.
Too funny.
Oh, it says on the back, perfect for riding around in your Jeep or your Benzo or in your Nissan, sitting on Lorenzo's.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
That is so awesome. Summertime.
Did they make Roadhouse action figures of Swayze?
Crazy.
Ooh, they should.
Roadhouse.
I'm gonna look that up right now. Look it up.
Maybe we should rewatch Sahara for a rewatch. That might be a good. Because honestly, like Wayne was saying, what about Buckaroo Banzai? And I'm like, I don't know, man. That's kind of a comedy, and like I said, I don't think it's good to riff on a comedy. I think it's better to riff on something that's trying to be serious, or at least like an action movie or something. I mean, if I had real black humor, I'd suggest we riff on Outbreak, but no, absolutely not. But I do think Sahara might be interesting.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
There is no Patrick Swayze action figure. There is a Funko Pop for Dirty Dancing, but no Roadhouse.
I don't know why the Funko Pops. I mean, God bless you all that love them. Again, I'm like, all right. I got one because Wendy Freeman and Tom Kelly got me a Dr. Zayas Funko Pop. Yo, man. But that's it. Not a fan.
I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan.
Oh.
Yeah, I only have like a Marshmallow Man and a Scrooge McDuck.
Oh, those are cool though. Those are good ones. See, that fits. But
Oh, look at that. Nightwing.
Ooh.
Oh, and Cyborg.
Yeah,
I like
classic Teen Titans. That's
I like that collar on Nightwing.
And of course, actually, Brother Bear gave me this. Of course.
I like that.
Is
Yeah,
that Patrick the Wolf Boy? What is
he's
it?
flying.
Superman.
Is that Superman? Of course it is. All right, I didn't see the logo. There we go.
Don't be silly. Don't be stupid, you moron.
This will surprise.
That's from something. What is that?
I liked it.
Well, what is it? It's from something. Don't be stupid, you moron. What
From
is
the
Well, I think
Three
you're doing.
Stooges.
I thought you were doing Balky from Perfect Strangers. Don't be stupid.
it?
Don't
But
be
he wouldn't say you're moron.
ridiculous. He would say you don't be ridiculous.
Oh, that's right. Cousin Larry. Man,
Don't be stupid, you moron. It's from
Again,
the Three Stooges.
you'll forgive me because again, I'm guessing that Scoot and Skoke were like big fans of Perfect Strangers when it was on back in the day.
TGIF, right, Scoot?
Yeah, well, I watched Perfect Strangers, but I wasn't a fan. Back then, you forget, Johnny, you just watched what was ever on TV. So
I'm hip. No.
Yeah.
I really this afternoon was talking to a buddy of mine that's a little bit older.
yeah,
Like I never got into any of those 90s shows, and I'm like, why would you? It was their Brady Bunch.
yeah.
Our stuff was Partridge Family and Brady Bunch that now is insipid. But
The worst one was Mad About You. Boring.
Let me tell you something about Mad About You. I actually I like the first couple
I like
seasons.
Mad About You.
But
I
I
had a big
think-
crush on Helen Hunt. I still do.
Oh God, me too, man. Ooh, big time. Boy, I'd like to. Ladies and gentlemen, Helen Hunt here. How about it?
Odd Couple was my favorite show. I love
it.
the Odd
That was See, I watched reruns of The Odd Couple, but Skoke is right. Our like sweet spot was the TGIF, the
Sure.
Family Matters,
Just
all
the
those
10 of us? Were you guys just the 10 of us watchers?
yeah.
With the,
Step
with
by
the
Step.
25 children on with Bill Kirkenbauer?
Yeah, I watched that one.
That's right. Jeff Loeb did write the script for Commando. We
Yeah.
should do Commando.
That's true, actually. And by
Suburban
the way,
Commando?
nothing's scheduled yet, but I reached out to Mr. Loeb, and hopefully post May, sometime in May, we'll be
Well,
talking
maybe we
about
could
Word
do a talking over the movie with Jeff Loeb. We
God,
watched
that'd be
Commando.
great. I don't know if you do that. That would be hilarious. But yeah, good idea, Commando. That's
And
true.
just for the record, Scoot right
Come
now
on, cousin Larry.
is Commando. So
Come on, Belky. Stop talking so much. We've got to get to the chopper. You and cousin Larry, come on.
I was looking for that red devil mask, but I couldn't find it from that I had when I was 8 years old.
when you were
Stoke
the
knows.
devil.
Yeah, when
you
I
were
was the devil.
for Halloween. Yeah.
I thought it would be appropriate for Easter to wear that.
Scoot, can you pretend to be my accountant and go over my taxes with me with that look right now?
Yeah.
That'd be really nice. You can't take a deduction for that. I'm really sorry.
It'd be really nice. Nice.
I like.
But it'd be cooler if you did.
All right. Can you imagine walking in on your accountant and it's like, all right.
All right, sit down there. Sit down. We're gonna go through your taxes. All right, let's see. We got well, you can't deduct movie tickets. Okay, you're not gonna be able to do that, but we'll give you the phone bill, and we'll give you let's see what else we got here. Stuffed animal baby rabbits. Yeah, we can deduct that. Yep. That's cool.
Wasn't he just this week? Wasn't he doing from his home? He was calling out bingo numbers for senior citizens in the home.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. That's fantastic.
B4.
B4.
And after.
Eunice, you already called out bingo. I've only called out one number.
It's like that commercial exactly.
We have a bingo. Nobody, don't clear your cards. Everybody, hold on, man. We gotta check this.
That's good. There was a down in the city where I worked at XRT, northwest side of Chicago, not downtown. There was a place called the Golden Palace, and they were known for having their daily bingo nights. Daily, even into the 90s, daily bingo nights. Big deal.
What would they give away as a prize?
I never went. I let the seniors do that. I never went. I just saw the ever changing sign. Big prizes, bingo night.
I've been to bingo night. Any of you guys ever been to bingo?
No.
Yeah,
what do they give?
I have.
Big in Toledo. Hey.
They have a festival in Toledo, and not a bingo festival, but like a church festival in town. And they always have like the gym open for bingo, and I've stumbled in there a couple times and played bingo.
You stumbled in there a couple. Were you drunk?
No, but the bathroom's in there, so if you have to go to the bathroom, the bingo's right across. I'm like, I'll check it out.
I'm thinking just like in the 70s, clock radios, 13-inch black and white TVs.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Did they call out the number when you walked in there?
Coolers.
IP freely. IP freely.
There's
Yeah, exactly. That's right, Wayne. He does. He looks like one of the henchmen. One of the butterfly or the monarch's henchmen.
Yeah, I'm the cool one.
Dr. Girlfriend, what do you think? I like all of it right now. Because of course she spoke like Tony Curtis. She was hot.
She did.
And she looked like she spoke like Tony Curtis. Look, honey, I don't think it's a good idea to go after Dr. Venture and his kids.
I met Tony Curtis once.
You really?
I did.
Oh, you got to tell us that. I love you, Mike Bacon.
Yeah, there's the start of the story.
There's no tremendous story to it. He did a convention, believe it or not. He did a single solitary
Did a
convention.
lot of them, yeah.
He did a lot of them. See, only on the East Coast, he was only at one that I was aware of. And he came and he signed and he was wearing a cowboy hat. And I think he passed away like within 9 or 10 months after that convention. And I shook his hand. I was like,
"You killed him?"
I shook his hand. I didn't kill him. I shook his hand, and I couldn't even speak. It's Tony Curtis. And I walked away, and I was like, I shook the hand that touched Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, that touched Marilyn Monroe's butt.
In lots of places.
I got to tell you, that shoot was impossible. Everybody loved Marilyn, the image. But then when you work with the woman, she was impossible. Kept us waiting. It was terrible. I had to cry on Jack Lemmon's shoulder every day.
So I had her killed.
Nice. So I'm the one that slipped at a Mickey that ended up killing her. It was not the Kennedys. I did it.
For keeping me waiting.
Didn't he also hold Jamie Lee Curtis? Wasn't that his daughter? Right?
Of course it was. Absolutely.
Yeah.
With Janet Leigh. Great parenting, man.
I met Jamie Lee Curtis too.
Wow.
And I actually do have a story. She was doing a children's book signing. And I was like, I want to meet Jamie Lee Curtis.
Sure.
True Lies. Not Halloween. True Lies, Jamie Lee Curtis. That's
Nice.
So I went, And sure enough, she was asking questions, and I'm raising my hand for a question, and she goes, "You, that cute guy in the back," and I was like, "You said, yeah, you're the cute guy," and I was like, "Oh, great!" And I asked my question. I couldn't for the life of you tell you what my question is. So when I got up to meet her, I was talking to her, and I was like, "No one is ever going to believe that you called me cute." So she goes, "Give me your book," and she signs in the book, and it's a children's book. She's like, "What's your name?" I go, "Mike." She goes, "To Mike, the cute guy, Jamie Lee Curtis."
Nice.
She goes, "Now you have proof." I was like,
Wow.
So, Jamie Lee Curtis.
She's into that look. She's into that slimmer Lou Costello look that you project, Mike.
I was skinny back then, John.
No, I'm even saying no. You're not. You're
the
not
slimmer Lou Costello look.
Because he's not like Lou Costello fat, but he's got that face. You got to do that.
A lot of things, but never a slim Lou Costello. And
I'm standing by my story. People, do you agree with me?
Hey, Evan!
No, you got to do that. Yeah. Exactly. Come on, man. I love that movie. Yeah, but Costello v. Frankenstein. It's the best. I'm telling you, that's not Dracula. Calm down, Lou.
Most people think I look like a cake boss.
I haven't watched Cake Boss.
Oh.
That's like Bendis looks like one of the chefs that's always on Chopped, and I didn't watch it initially, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that guy does look like Brian. That's true.
We went to an amusement park, a water park in like Pennsylvania. This was years and years ago. So I'm standing there, I'm playing with the kids in the water, and some woman comes up, excuse me, are you the cake boss? I go, no, I'm not. She goes, I won't tell anybody. I go, no, I'm not. She goes, I know you are. I know you. I'm like, I won't tell. I'm like, listen, I'm not. She's like, it's okay. I won't tell anybody. So I'm like, okay, lady. And so I see her run over to her friend. She's like,
Cake Boss.
So then later on, like,
you know what you should have done, Mike? You should have scared the hell out of her and
I see her
pulled
with
the
her phone,
cupcake out of your ass.
like taking a picture over her shoulder, like kind of like me and the cake boss. So I was like, she's beat. She's gonna post that, and the true cake boss is gonna be irate because it's not him. He's not.
He's gonna be irate. Hey, that's not me.
That's not
Good
me.
Lord.
Do I look like that guy? That's why he slimmed down because he thought he looked like me.
I don't know that guy. I'm telling you, Slim Lou Costello.
Scoot, who's your celebrity doppelganger, Scoot?
I don't know. You guys got to tell me because
It's
I don't.
Henchman 23 from
there you
the
go.
Venture Brothers right now. All you need is a little antenna coming out of your hoodie there.
I've never been mistaken for anyone. Only
And he talked
Scoot.
like Ray Romano. No, listen,
Yeah.
come on, the Monarch's right. He's the one that dies, as opposed to the fat henchman that jacks up and becomes real strong and stuff and has the thing for Dr. Girlfriend. I love the Venture Brothers. I know way too much about it.
I like it
hilarious.
too.
There we go.
There, confirmation.
Snit
I
69.
mean, look, everyone's like cake boss. I am not the cake boss.
They were there,
And
Mike.
someone
They
else
were there
also
that
another
day.
Facebook user says
They were
he
there.
is the
That's
cake
the
boss
one.
guy.
Yeah.
That's the woman right there who has a selfie with me.
That's
I think
your.
You should have scared the hell out of her by pulling a cupcake out of your ass in the moment.
It's fondant as well.
I was wearing a Speedo. I really couldn't do that. It was a children's park.
Is that fresh fondant? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Why, yes, it is.
Jesus. Oh man. You guys are
I've
killing
been,
me.
in my younger days, I got mistaken for Ralph Macchio, also.
Oh, what an honor!
Much skinnier and much more hair. Again,
Yeah,
I had-
mullet.
I used to have
What
that
did people
big-
do to that when you were at the beach? Send the
It was,
floor.
it was a great adventure. It was a great
Fight me.
adventure. Six Flags Great Adventure. And somebody asked me to sign an autograph. Same thing. I told them that I was not, and they did not believe me. And they asked me to sign a dollar bill, which I signed. But I realized later on that I missigned it because, this was 1989, 1990. So I did not realize that Ralph Macchio's name had two C's in it. So I signed it with one. So somebody somewhere thinks they have a Ralph Macchio signature on a dollar bill, but they'll realize it's misspelled.
Fraud.
It is.
Did you hear?
They cannot grade that. Cannot certify that.
Did you hear that the third season of Cobra Kai is going to be shot in Okinawa? That they're going to go back and I assume.
No, I did not hear that.
And Franco, the woman that played Commodore O, the bad woman, the Romulan in Picard, she's the girlfriend in Karate Kid too.
Yes.
Oh
Isn't that
wow! I
crazy?
didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm currently watching Man in the High Castle, and she's
that's
in that as well.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. That's right.
Yeah.
I watched with the sound down because I was watching. Well, because I'll explain. I was. I know. I was, but it looked good. I watched the new second Harley Quinn cartoon before I was talking to Patrick Schumacher, the showrunner.
Yeah, watch that.
I left the TV on as where conversation was going with the sound off, and it rolled into the first episode of season 2 of Titans. And I heard bad things about Titans season 2.
I liked it.
Tell you, okay, good, because yeah, man, the first episode looked very intriguing of everything that happened, and I loved it.
I loved it without the sound.
My complaint about the Titans second season is they finished up, and spoilers in case anybody, but it's not big spoilers. But no, they spent the whole first season with the storyline, and then they wrap it up within like the first 5 minutes of season 2.
No. It was the whole episode. It was the whole episode. I know.
It was, but yeah, come on.
It was. It was. And they set up new stuff. But no, I know what you mean. And I don't disagrey because I was expecting. I'll be honest, I was kind of relieved because I don't know where you go with, evil Nightwing more than what they did, frankly.
He's evil?
Well, it's a long thing, It's
Franco,
yeah.
You should tell this story about the Titans premiere. That's a fun story.
I don't remember. I don't remember names.
You can leave the names out to protect the innocent, but it's a funny story.
So we were at the Titans premiere. Mike Nagan was there, and it was me, Mike, and Artie, and we got there early, and we were talking to a bunch of people, and then you had to find seats or whatever, but we thought it was just general seating. So we got seats and we put our stuff down on the seats, and then the cast walked in. So Raven and the guy that plays Beast Boy were kind of like milling around us, and Mike's like, "Oh, I want to go meet those guys." And I'm like, "Come on, let's go meet them." He goes, "Oh, we'll lose our seats." You actually said that. You actually said, "Oh, I don't want to lose seats" or something like that. I'm like, "No, it'll be fine." So we went and we met the kid who played Beast Boy. He was super nice. Couldn't have been more gracious.
Yeah,
and,
he was really nice.
And we got pictures and we were talking with him and stuff like that. And then we go back and our seats were taken by a couple of well-known artists, were they?
Yes, very prominent comic book artists.
Very prominent, well-known artist. And I said, "Oh man, these are our seats." And he said, "Well, we took the seats or whatever. There was no one here." And I'm like, "Yeah, but we were here first," or something like that. And then I don't remember the exact wording. Do you remember, Mike?
No, the wording is correct. It was more like, these are our seats. Well, we came in, and you were like, "Well, we were here first." He just kind of loomed over. So yes, the wording was correct, but the tone was definitely a little different.
Oh, wasn't it? I didn't think so. You were here first. And then you said, "Hey, don't you know that's so-and-so and so-and-so?" And I believe the words out of my mouth were, "I don't give a shit."
Exactly what he said. Because they got up there, and they left because he was like looming over them. He totally was like, he did, for those who at home who do not know, Franco is a very tall gentleman.
Yeah, but I wasn't threatening. I'm like, those are our seats. My stuff was actually in the seat. All the stuff that I was carrying was in that seat. And they opened it. They opened the stuff because they thought it was like, I don't know, giveaways or something like that.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I told him, yeah, I don't care. And then Mike's like, "Oh, it's this and this." I'm like, I'm never gonna work with that guy.
He's like, "I don't care." And then you sat down and you were very proud. You sat down and you're like,
"It was my seat."
Yeah, like, it's my seat. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know what's Wayne saying here. No joke. On my honeymoon, the clerk is the gift shop of the resort said to me and Valerie that I look like that funny guy. Ended up to be Steve Buscemi. You look like Steve. No, you are much better.
You look nothing like. Don't worry, buddy. You look nothing like Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, you're all right there. Don't worry about it, Wayne.
Franco, what about you? Who's your celebrity doppelganger?
I think I get mistaken a lot for Don Johnson. No, I
really started to go, "Oh,
sure."
No, I don't think I've ever. I've never been mistaken for a celebrity ever.
When I was literally like 100 pounds. When I was 100 pounds lighter, there was Ed Burns, the filmmaker, who did like the Brothers McMullen and She's the One, and the guy who played his older brother in both movies also was the Geico guy. Could switch into Geico, do whatever. Does a bear really blank in the woods? You know, that guy with the slick back hair. When I was thinner, I had a lot of people I worked with. They're like, "You look just like that guy." And again, that's like 100+ pounds ago. So yeah, no, I don't look like him anymore. But there you go. But our faces are kind of similar. And if I slick my hair back, but not like right now where it's messed up. Hey, it's Doofus.
Oh, I'm glad you put the hat on. Yeah.
Kevin signed a lot of footballs, apparently.
I could see that.
Kevin Bixby. I worked for the Chicago Bears in college, and kids wouldn't believe I didn't play for them. Signed. Oh yeah, there you go.
Kevin Bixby coming into the game right now, taking over at tight end. Boy, look at that tight end for a second, Francis. I really like it. Back to the game.
Do you see that sports commentator that's been so bored at home that he's been doing sports commentary on different things like his two dogs and different things?
No,
I saw one today. I think Katie Cook put it up on Facebook, where one dog has a chew bone, and the other one is staring at it like it wants it, and he commentates the whole thing between the two dogs. It's very funny.
See that?
You should watch it.
God, honestly,
hi person, I don't know because your Facebook icon isn't on there.
Yeah, sadly, you're generic there, sir. But hey, hey, Facebook user, hey.
Write and tell me who you are, or put your face on there.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll say hey to you.
Another possibly the same Facebook user says Titan sucks, which is hilarious. And I understand. That's all right. I'm curious. Stargirl coming soon to both the CW and DC universe.
Jeff Johns, right on.
Yeah, how's that work? Because all those shows, Titans and Doom Patrol and stuff, were all on DC. This one's coming to CW and DC. What's happening?
I think it's a combination of the fact that a lot of the CW shows weren't able to produce their last couple episodes, so they want to give something new, and also because of the situation. I have a feeling initially it was supposed to be, and I'll find out. Hopefully, I'm talking to Jeff this coming Friday, and that spoiler, but yeah, we haven't done it yet. But that certainly is going to be one of my questions. And also talking about Patrick about Harley Quinn, because it's such a great show. And I'm like, God, is it going to be on HBO Max? Because that's coming next month, that streaming service. And he said, no, but it is going to show up on a few free streaming services that Warner has. Maybe it's the CW Seed. I don't know, but at least the first season of Harley. And yeah, I just think because of what's going on, I think they're shifting shows around. I'm sorry, Michael, please.
No, I think Stargirl was supposed to be part of the streaming universe and not the CW universe.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Obviously, again, because the CW show. Let me replay the last 5 minutes there, Mike.
No, but I didn't get what you were saying about where it was supposed to be, as far as like it will cross over with Titans or it will cross over with Black Lightning.
I don't even think
Shut up, Cake Boss.
I don't even think that's a concern, because I mean I've heard that the Justice Society obviously is part of the show, so I'm looking forward to that. And Mike Gold, once again, coming out tomorrow on Word Balloon, apparently saw the first 3 episodes and he says it's fantastic.
Oh, nice.
So
I love Stargirl and Stripes.
Yeah, Stripes is in the show too.
Yep.
Cool.
Mario says that he did not like Titans. He was the one who threw out that comment about not liking Titans.
There you go. Yeah, but he likes gloves. So what can we say about Mario?
Loves gloves.
And you hate gloves, so
I don't. Why would I hate gloves if I have
discard them and just throw them on the ground? Don't even take care of them.
Yeah,
apparently all across the nation, because I see everybody on. I like putting up pictures of one glove.
Yeah, I've started a trend. That's true.
Of course, Mario did that fantastic drawing of me sitting on the toilet with the shower curtain. Johnny, no, it was your face on it.
Oh, that's true. That's right. I forgot about that.
I don't think I've seen that. Where can I find that?
Yeah,
I like pink.
I like pink very much, Lois. Exactly.
The Facebook page. I like pink very much, Lois.
I gotta look at that right.
This is where we're streaming from right now. We're streaming from here.
They're on YouTube on the IEA channel.
Yeah.
That was an excellent drawing, Mario. It was,
And if you're just joining us
Very
live, which is a thing now, they can join us live now.
It's true. Wow, you're right. Finally. In case you're just joining us, which I always love when Artie would say that on the audio podcast. It's like, Artie, they downloaded the episode. They're not just joining.
I don't
Yes, they are. They already know. They know what they're listening to. You don't have to.
somebody just posted. There was a comment that said somebody said I look like JT. I'm assuming JT is James Taylor.
No, it's just
That's right. Don't let me be lonely tonight.
Justin Timberland.
All the post James Taylor JTs. I'm like, yeah, nice try, kid. I think the old man's got you beat on that because they also used to do that about the lead singer of Kool and the Gang, was also a JT.
Was he?
Yep.
Was
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Well, it's JTT, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened to him?
Squared. He left the business, as I understand it. One of those clickbait lists of celebrities. People you just don't see anymore on TV or film.
We have a Paul Scheer lookalike.
He was like really short, but he was like a rising star. He was like everywhere, and then all of a sudden, nowhere.
He was the voice of young Simba in The Lion King.
that's true?
I just
I don't know
realized
who June Diane Raphael is. When
that's Paul Scheer's wife.
Oh, you know, and when he said Paul Scheer, I was thinking Paul Schaefer, but no, I get the Paul Scheer thing. I could see that. And yeah, I have seen Paul Scheer's wife. I forget what she's in, but she's lovely.
Oh, I met that guy at New York Comic Con once. I had to take him around to see the place.
Paul Scheer?
Yeah, he was on the League, wasn't he?
Yes,
Yeah.
and also Children's Hospital on Adult Swim. Very funny live action.
The guys from the League came to New York Comic Con for a panel.
Sure.
And then they're like, we want to see the comics. Show us the comics. So I got a phone call. It was like, hey, come take these guys around and show them the comics. And we walked around Artist Alley and I introduced them to different people. They're comparing some of them are comic fans. They wanted to meet Bill Sienkiewicz and David Mack and a couple other people. So
my favorite Hollywood person that loves, well, several actually, but two that come to mind immediately, Scott Adsit from 30 Rock.
Yep.
Who's at every East Coast show and commissions art all the time from all of our favorite artists.
He commissioned a piece from me.
There you go.
Years ago.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen piece because he has that League of Extraordinary Gentlemen sketchbook.
Yeah.
Yep. That's cool.
So I drew
Such a good dude.
the captain of the ship. I forget. I'm blanking on the name.
My earpiece fell out. Who are we trying to figure out?
From the captain of the Nautilus.
Yes.
Captain
I
Nemo?
forget. Yeah,
Nemo,
like it was blanking.
Hello, I'm Captain Nemo. Welcome to the Nautilus. James Mason.
Yeah.
Another great celeb comic book fan, Nyambe from Mike and Molly, and also The Good Fight, the streaming sequel to The Good Wife. Massive comic book fan. And in fact, I usually either see him at San Diego or my last New York show, the 2018 New York show. I remember seeing him there. Good dude. Real good dude. And wants to make comics himself, actually, Nyambe. He's learning art and is like, oh, I've got a great concept as soon as I, figure out the art thing good enough that I'm, comfortable to print. And I'm like, all right, that might take a couple of years, but okay.
Who's also a big comic fan that comes to the New York Comic Con? Claudio Sanchez from Coheed and Cambria. It was so funny.
Yeah, I've met him.
Yeah, me too.
The first time I met him, I had no idea who he was.
I was the same way. I know, it's so embarrassing.
And somebody brought him over to me, and I was like, "This is Mike Nagan. He runs Artist Alley for New York Comic Con." And he started to really fanboy up, and I'm like, "Who the f is this guy?" And in New York Comic Con, I'm like super busy, and and he wants to spend time with me, and I'm kind of like, I gotta go. I blew him off almost, and then I found out later who he was, and I felt bad. I've met him a couple times since, and
nice guy,
really nice guy.
Yeah, no, he's cool. That's funny. Scott Porter, of course, and I know Franco has had the pleasure as well from Friday Night Lights. Massive comic book fan. Also played Rex Racer in the Speed Racer movie.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah.
Yep, and tried out really hard and really wanted to be Barry Allen in the CW Flash, but didn't make it, unfortunately. But we love him. He's great.
We do. He's an awesome guy.
He was on a WB show before it became CW with Rachel Bilson. Boy, I'd like to.
Everwood.
And no, Heart of Dixie.
Heart of Dixie. That's
and it was so funny. That's when I had him on the show, and I'm like
Everwood.
I'm like, exactly. I'm like, what are you on right now? He goes, I'm on a chick show, man. He goes, it's a great show. He goes, you would not like this show. I'm like, okay, all right, I'll take your word for it. All right.
I got to be the WB Flash once. I was the voice in a game. It's a slot machine you play on your phone. And they made a game with a theme of the Flash TV show that's on right now. And they were looking for somebody to do an impression, like a sound-alike of the kid who's the Flash. So I did that, and I was in the game. Yeah.
Grant Gustin, that's right. Yeah.
I want to hear your Grant Gustin impersonation.
Yeah, I want to hear it now.
Man, you know, that's one of those where I learned it for the game, and then it was gone again. It was like,
I mean, and this is the thing with a lot of today's celebrities, and they are what they are. They can't change their voices, and I don't want them to. But man, it just seems like decades earlier there were so many more distinct voices and distinct accents, and now it's a bunch of very pretty people, but they've got these very generic middle of America accents and stuff. Like, do a Brad Pitt. Who can do a Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
Doesn't Tom Hanks's brother do all of his voice work
Yes.
for like all the
Yes.
non-movie Woody Toy Story stuff?
Yep, commercials and cartoon, like not exactly like other cartoons or short cartoons and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool how he could do that and stuff, and obviously sound like his brother. That's like, what a great gig. That's that's a nice 6-figure gig every year.
Yeah, right.
But you're always living in your brother's shadow.
I don't think he minds. I got to be honest.
I'd be all right with that.
Yeah. Hey, you want to handle all the heavy celebrity stuff, and I just get a nice check and get to be, private one. That's the great thing about the voiceover people. Another word balloon drop. I had Susan Eisenberg at the beginning of the week on, and had just recorded that Julianne Emery video, and Julie's a face, camera actor and everything. And I'm like, Susan, do you want to do video? She's like, do I have to? And I'm like, no, whatever you're comfortable with. She's like, to be honest, I like to maintain the illusion, even though there are photos all over the place. And if you follow her on social media, she posts pictures of herself. But she's like, I kind of like, people thinking it's Wonder Woman. She goes, when parents bring their kids to me to meet me that like the show, and it doesn't register because she's blonde and doesn't look anything like Diana. Right. But she's like, close your eyes, and then she'll speak like Diana, and they get all excited because then they realize it's her. Oh my God, it's her! Oh boy,
I get excited too.
I do too. Susan's lovely. I love Susan. She's terrific. Great person.
So Bernie asked, who's a celebrity that you were each speechless or fanboying over when you met him or her?
I got one. William Peterson. William Peterson from CSI, and so many great movies over the years. Massive sports fan. Used to hang out at the Score, my sports station, in the 90s all the time. Was telling us, I'm sure I've told this story before, when he got CSI, he's like, hey, man, CBS really wants me to do a TV show. And he knew I was a big movie buff. And I would always have this massive man crush on him. Like, I cannot believe that he's like a friend. And he's like, come on. And my nickname on the radio is Shaky. And he's like, Shaky. He's like, what good movies have you seen lately? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just happy to see you, Bill. We're really looking forward to hanging out today. He had the best stories. Funny as hell. So there's mine.
I think we know Scoots. Scoot.
I was probably like 15 years old at the Jamie Farr Kroger Classic women's golf tournament. And my dad and I come around the corner, and there he is, the man, Jamie Farr. And I was eating a hot dog. He goes, how's that hot dog, young man? It's good. And that was it. Yeah.
That's the greatest story. Yeah. And it's appropriately brief because that's Scoot's like whole thing is all right. Every contribution that Scoot makes to the podcast can fit on a tweet with room to spare.
And I was like I said, I was 15, and Jamie Farr was so little. Like, he was way shorter than me.
Hey, young man.
I'm 5'9", so.
Yeah, you could probably beat the hell out of me, really. If you
How's a hot dog, young man? It's good.
Would you like some extra arm hair on that hot dog? That's the secret ingredient in Tony Tacos.
The Jamie Farr Kroger Classic. It was the women's golf tournament in Toledo.
No, I believe that used to be the Colgate. No, maybe it was a different one. Yeah. But that's excellent. Exactly. That was the joke. And then the LPGA were like, all right, enough with the joke. Let's get a different sponsor. And I understand. I mean, I can appreciate both sides, but also Jamie Farr, like, hey, all I did was publicize this tournament.
Yeah.
Sorry. So, but again, I get it. And certainly, it's all right, gals. You can have your own tournament bag.
And who else are they going to get from Toledo? Katie Holmes, I guess, is the next celebrity.
That would be great. Can you imagine if Katie Holmes just stepped up?
She grew up in Toledo. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I once knocked her down, but that's a whole different story.
There's another story, yeah.
I swear I knocked her down, but that's before she was married to Tom Cruise. It was a Dawson Creek Katie Holmes. I knocked her down. Sorry.
What's yours, Mike?
She's not in the Mud Hens Hall of Fame though, Katie Holmes.
Yeah, neither is Jamie Farr.
Jamie
but
Farr.
Klinger is.
Klinger is exactly. That's the actual jersey that I wore. And what was the name of the show, Skoke?
MASH. From my TV show MASH, and I didn't watch it. It's still a little gamey from Jamie. That's what he said during his acceptance speech at the Mud Hens. What do they call the stadium? Scoop?
Fifth Third Field.
Fifth Third Field.
Fifth Third Field.
Welcome to Fifth Third Field as your Toledo Mud Hens take on the Boston Barons in a very big game of AAA baseball.
Skoke, you got to make the trip out here, and then my brother can interview you for a day, and you can become Jamie Farr.
That'd be amazing. That would be an honor to be Jamie Farr for a day, and also to be in the presence of your brother, Tim McMahon, the host of 4-1 Nosh.
Isn't your brother doing a new show from his kitchen now?
Yeah, the Quarantine Kitchen, where he makes but it's more like a Tim and Eric sketch where he'll put the plate in the sink and it makes a crashing noise like he broke it. Yeah, he drinks his coffee and it's really loud slurping.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It was good. He made a waffle sandwich. It was great.
It looked gross. Yeah,
that's hilarious. That's fantastic, man. That's excellent.
Tim's posted some of his bloopers on Instagram, and they're great. I was dying watching those.
I had another celebrity encounter I think I've talked about before.
Michael Jordan.
When that's real. I was okay, working in sports for 16 years.
How can anything be bigger than Jordan?
Well, this isn't bigger. This is just like another weird, embarrassing celebrity moment.
Yeah.
It was the Albert Brooks movie Lost in America. It was the premiere night, and we went. It wasn't in wide release. It was only downtown, and it was at McClure Court Theater, which isn't even there anymore. So early 80s. So me and my high school buddy, we go to see the movie, or I guess mid 80s. But we're in line to get in the theater. And people are cutting through to get to concessions and stuff. So every now and then you have to back off and make room for someone to cut through. And so we did it, me and my buddy, and we back into the couple behind us. And we spin around, and this lovely, tall, statuesque woman in beautiful suede boots. And I'm looking at her, and I'm like, oh my God, I think that's Daryl Hannah. And then I look at who's next to her, and I'm like, it absolutely is Daryl Hannah, because that's Jackson Brown. And I'm totally freaking. And I'm like, and so, again, that was all in a split second, recognizing who they are. And I go to her. I'm like, oh, I'm really sorry about that. I'm sure I stepped on your feet. She's like, oh, no, it's okay. And then I go to say something to Jackson Brown. And he goes, all right, you know who we are now. F off. And he didn't say F.
Whoa.
And I'm like, awesome. So Jackson Brown told me to F off.
Wow.
We still talk about it. Anyway.
Mike, how about you? Who are you starstruck by?
I've met a ton of celebrities, and I'm usually not very starstruck. The one that I was starstruck about, and it's kind of, I don't want to say it's sad. But I've met a tremendous amount of celebrities, and this is the person who got me all jittery was Carolyn Grimes from It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life is one of my favorite movies. We watch it every year for Christmas, and literally when she was at a show and I went to see her, I was like, hello, and I just started to be like one of those guys, and I love the movie so much, and I watch it every year.
For everyone who doesn't know who Carolyn Grimes is,
she's Zuzu.
Thank you. Okay, just want to make sure it's all good.
Yeah.
Zuzu's pedals.
Zuzu's pedals, and I was literally welling up, and she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I just love the movie so much." Carolyn Grimes, that's the one who did it. Oh, and I met Sammy Davis Jr. once, and also.
Hey man.
Oh wow.
Hey man, did anyone ever tell you you're kind of like a thin Lou Costello?
What direction was he looking at? No, I'm
nice. Sorry. Yeah, which eye? Could you tell which eye was the right one to look at?
I was maybe 12 or 13. We were in Atlantic City. That's when you could leave your children alone. Oh. My mother basically gave me 3 rolls of quarters and said, "Go to the game room and don't come back for 5 hours." So I did, And then all of a sudden I realized that I was supposed to meet my mother at like 4 o'clock, and it was like 5:30. And I was like, holy F, I'm late. And I just started running through the halls, and I run into the elevator and smash right into Sammy Davis Jr. I run right into him.
You broke my little body, man.
And he had 2 big bodyguards next to him who kind of looked at me like, what are you doing? And I backed out. I backed out of the elevator, and I was like, are you okay? No, he was like, I'm okay. And he walked out, and he just started walking around, and I literally didn't say anything. I was kind of just like this. I didn't even ask him if he was okay. He's like, I'm good. And he just started walking away. And as he was maybe 30, 40 feet away, I'm like, hi, Sammy! And he turns around and he's like,
yeah, thanks for knocking the wind out of me, man.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Was this like, this had to be 80s, right? This had to be in the 80s.
Yeah, it was mid 80s.
Man, he was probably pretty frail and pretty old, Mike. I just want to point out how delicate Sammy was at that point.
He had a cane. He did have a cane, I remember.
There you go, man. Way to go. Way to cripple Sammy, dude. Jesus.
Yeah. But you know what? To this day, I'll never forget. He had the typical Sammy Davis Jr. He had his jacket on, but not his hands in the sleeves. Just draped over.
That's right. I have it draped over, man. Kind of a Godfather of Soul thing.
Yeah. You know, the draped over. So, I ran into Sammy Davis Jr. But I didn't knock him down.
How would McConaughey be? How would McConaughey be in the Rat Pack?
What?
I said, how would McConaughey be in the Rat Pack?
Hey, man, this is cool. Hey, we're standing up here on the stage drinking booze. We got Dean Martin. We got Sammy Davis Jr. Hey, man. It's cool, man. I'm just going to stand up here.
I was playing this place when you were nothing but a glint in some dumb mix eye.
I like how McConaughey says coronavirus. He did a video where he was encouraging everybody to stay home. He's like, listen, man. He called himself McConaughey. He goes, hey, McConaughey here. Hey, listen, man. We all got to stay home, all right? We got this whole coronavirus going on right now.
What do they say? Coronavirus?
Coronavirus.
That's what they call the Coca-Cola virus.
Coronavirus. With that Texas drawl.
Hey, man.
I like it.
Those are good, Mike. Those are some heavy hitters.
Ow, my whole body is broken by this Lou Costello kid that just beat the hell out of me, ramming into me, man.
I was skinny then. Franco, who's yours?
Yeah, Franco, go.
I don't think I've ever really been starstruck or speechless in front of celebrities, and I usually meet them by accident. Like the first, like I met Henry Cavill because like they wanted us to walk like the red carpet, and I'm like, why? Like we were at some event, and they're like, oh, you have to walk down the red carpet. I'm like, I think you got the wrong guys. It was me and Art, you know, and they said, well, stand right here until we tell you to go in. And then, like, when I backed up to stand where they wanted me to, I ran right into Henry Cavill. And never one for a loss of words. Like, I looked at him, and the first thing I said to him is, my God, you're gorgeous. And he looked at me, and he said, thank you. And then walked the red carpet. And as he walked down the red carpet, I'm like, oh, that was Henry Cavill. He's gorgeous. Who else? Tricia Helfer.
Oh yeah,
from Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
I ran into her at a show. She was just setting up, and it was like right as Battlestar Galactica started. And I literally like walked behind someone's setup at a convention, and I literally walked into her table. I like knocked it like a couple of inches, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I looked over, and it was her. And I'm like, oh, hi. How are you? Nice to meet you. And I got a signed autograph picture and everything, which I wasn't planning on getting or doing, but she was there. But I don't think I've ever been speechless. That's never, yeah.
Malin Ackerman, who played Silk Spectre in the Watchmen movie, and she's a million TV shows and a million movies and stuff, and lovely blonde. She is so charismatic, just standing there. And I even remember, and this may sound creepy, but I'm going to say it anyway. Her perfume at the time had some sort of apricot scent to it. And I was completely, I'm doing these 2 minutes. I know. Believe me, I know.
You can edit that part out, Jen.
Again, that's why I'm not allowed within 50 feet of Malin Ackerman since this encounter. But seriously, it was, press junket, red carpet, like 2 minutes. That's all you got. And I thank God from literally doing sports radio for 15 or 16 years, I could put that in the back of my head and still manage to do a decent interview. And of course, knowing Watchmen as much as I did, it was really easy to talk to the entire cast. But really, in the back of my head, I'm like, because she's just ridiculously charismatic and mesmerizing. And yes, again, for those of you just joining us, she smelled like apricots.
Scoot, what did Jamie Farr smell like?
Tacos.
Pacos.
Yeah.
Spicy pickles.
I actually bathe in the brine from the spicy pickles at Tacos.
I like that whenever Johnny goes into a supermarket, he gets stopped in the preserves and jam aisle.
Because I get down down in the dirt pits where the tenants are and stuff is stirring when I'm in the jams and jellies aisle, and I've happened to pass apricots.
Apricots.
Yes. By the way, one of the viewers said he watched the Spencer movie on Netflix last night. Very enjoyable. I think you might like it. I'm halfway through it, and if I don't consider it Spencer, I like it. It's a decent, fun cop procedural that has humor in it as well as a good action cop movie and stuff. So yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's just not Spencer. It doesn't feel like the TV show or the Parker books.
The guy who was
Spencer, Mark Wahlberg.
No, I know but who plays Hawk?
I forget his name. He was the guy in Black Panther, from the other tribe.
Yep. And isn't he in Guardians of the Galaxy as that alien when Chris Pratt saying I'm Star-Lord?
Who?
No, that's Jaimin Hunsu.
Oh, you see, I'm an asshole. All right, I always do that. But yeah, he is definitely the guy from the other tribe of Black Panther. He's okay, but man, no, he's not. I mean, Avery Brooks has got him beat. And by the way, if you are a Spencer fan, and also like if whatever IMDb, which is like Tubi and some of these other streaming channels where they're free but they have commercials, they're rerunning Spencer for Hire, the Urich show.
Such a good show.
Oh, it's an excellent show. Yeah, man.
Such a good show.
Yep. So there you go.
Spencer.
I have a celebrity follow-up question.
Yeah.
Where's the strangest place you've ever met a celebrity?
The Jamie Farr Kroger classic.
Well, I was in LA, and I've told this story before. The one time that an EGOT winner kissed me, meaning the Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony winner, and it's a short list, less than 20 people who have ever done it. John Legend recently joined that group, and it was not John Legend who kissed me. This was in the early 80s.
Smelled like apricot.
Rita Moreno.
She was a hot tamale.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, spicy little number. Yeah. So, and we were just like, I mean, I guess it's not that strange, but it was a weird circumstance where, hey, it's Rita Moreno, and I was like 17. And literally, like, she grabbed my head and she kissed me. And I'm like, all right. Not bad, man. That's pretty cool. You know.
How about you, Mike?
I once helped MC Hammer buy a cell phone.
With his pants?
He was wearing all blue camo. And I realized he was MC Hammer. I was like, hey, man, nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, cool. And he was like, well, I don't know what made me ask. I was just like, hey, what are you doing? He goes, I'm trying to buy a cell phone, but I don't know anything about it. This is like 2001. And I
where did you meet him?
At a Staples. We went to Staples, and he was buying a cell phone. And at the time, there was cases. Like, you can literally go into a case and buy a cell phone. So he's like, you know anything about cell phones? And I was like, yeah. He's like, can you help me? And I helped MC Hammer pick out a cell phone. So.
That's outstanding.
That is a good one. That's a good one.
And I once peed next to Henry Winkler. But that,
Henry Tinkler.
Nice. Hank Sanford. Exactly. I forgot my Lou Ferrigno in the bathroom story. And I was with my nephew, my oldest nephew, and it was a Wizard Chicago. And I'm like, all right, I'll give the man his space or whatever. But we get out, and my nephew's like, hey, man, the Hulk didn't wash his hands after he peed. I'm like, ew. And we both, to this day, like, now he's like almost 30, my nephew, and he's like, hey, man, remember when he saw the Hulk and he didn't wash his hands after he peed? I'm like, yes, I do.
He better be doing that now with the virus going around.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, so yeah, we're certainly not going to shake hands with anybody in the near future, if ever, again. But yeah, so I would just bow to once again bow to
Franco. Remember, there's a well, I don't want to bring up his name because he's no longer with us. But you and Art saw.
Speak ill of the dead. Go ahead. Come on, Scoot.
No,
Can't say someone's grave. Come on.
It was a comic book artist, but Art and Franco saw him go to the bathroom at one of the shows with no shoes or socks on. He was wearing sandals and he just walked in. Remember that?
Yeah, it's kind of like a Britney Spears thing.
Yeah.
When
He had a Comic-Con. He went in there with no shoes or socks on.
But he had sandals on, at least, I hope.
No, he didn't. He was barefoot.
He was barefoot.
He had been wearing sandals, and he took them off under his table, and then he just walked in there.
All right.
Yeah.
You got to name names now.
No, I can't. He's no longer with us.
All right, and let's
I'll
also
tell you off
Franco,
here.
remember that one New York show that it's Artie didn't go and it was just me and you, and there was the gladiator in the men's room that was eating his lunch in the men's room.
Oh yeah, that was disgusting. It was.
You don't want to talk about bathroom stories at New York Comic Con because I've seen some things.
Well, like that, another New York Comic Con bathroom story was there was the guy who, and I'm going to try and do this like so you can see, but basically he had the Superman pose while he was peeing. He had his hands like like under
and he
his
was in a
ribcage.
Superman costume. Yeah.
No, and he wasn't dressed like her or anything. And there was a huge line, obviously, as what happens at the Javits Center at the during the convention. And somebody like Chain Reaction got bumped into him and stuff, and so Superman accidentally goes to his side and he pees on the guy next to him at the next stop.
Oh, no.
And he goes, "Hey man, watch it." And the guy in this awesome quintessential nerd voice goes, "I'm sorry, I was just jostled." And he's like, "Well, instead of standing like fucking Superman, why don't you hang onto your penis like any other normal person while he's peeing?" And literally 12.5 men, we are crying laughing for the next 2 minutes. Sorry, folks, for the F-bomb, but I can't help it. It was so funny. I was jostled.
That is a good one.
Yeah, the two strangest celebrity encounter things for me were both bathroom related, and they were both at conventions. This was like in the early days of Tiny Titans. We were just mobbed at our table. I think it was a Wizard World convention, and I think I've told this story before on the pod too. But it was at a Wizard World convention, and there were a lot of people, and we didn't want to upset anybody on the line. So we were trying to get through the line, but at some point I had to go to the bathroom. So I got up and I walked over to the closest bathroom, which was about 50 yards away from me. And before I could get there, this big, tall security guard stands in my way and says, "You can't use this bathroom." I'm like, "What? Why not?" He goes, "Eliza Dushku is signing." And I'm like, "Wait, I'm confused. She's signing in the men's room?" And he goes, "No, smartass. She's signing right there." And it was set up so that it was behind the bathroom was behind her setup or her signing area. And he didn't want me going to the bathroom. And I said, "Look, dude, I don't care about Eliza Dushku. I need to go to the bathroom." He goes, "So you can't use this bathroom. You got to use the one on the other side of the hall." And I'm like, "Dude, that's all the way over there. My table's right over there. I just need to use the bathroom. I promise I'm not going to bother Eliza Dushku." And he goes, "You can't use this bathroom." And at that point, I'm like, "Dude, if you don't let me in this bathroom, I'm going to pee on you." Because I'm not going to make it to the other bathroom. And he looked at me and he goes, "All right, go ahead." And he let me in the bathroom. I'm like,
Smart choice.
I don't care if Eliza Dushku's going to is signing. She's not signing in the bathroom.
Idiots.
And then the other celebrity encounter I had was it might have been the same Wizard World show. I'm not sure, but I'm in the bathroom. I go in the bathroom and there's a guy at one urinal. There were only 2 urinals in the place. I'm at the other urinal. I look over, and it's Chekhov from Star Trek.
Walter Koenig.
Yeah, and he's peeing, and I'm like, "Oh wow, cool! I'm peeing next to a Star Trek guy." And then he finished up, and he did wash his hands. But then he's looking in the mirror, and he does this. He goes, and his hair shifted about 2 or 3 inches back and forth.
Toupee.
And then he walked out, and I'm like, "That was cool." and then I washed my hands and walked out.
Yeah, he doesn't care
That
anymore.
was cool, man.
He's Patrick Stewart now. He's totally bald like Patrick Stewart.
Yeah. So those are my two.
Nice.
Yeah, but I don't get starstruck with anybody. Art gets starstruck all the time.
Yeah, I
know.
don't really
Art lives
either.
starstruck. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same. I don't get starstruck. Maybe when I met Art and Franco.
Yeah, you did. You didn't talk to me for a whole year.
You guys didn't talk to me.
Did you have another one, Skoke?
Yeah, I got my starstruck one was Conan O'Brien.
Oh,
For
that
sure.
would
I
be
met
good.
Conan.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
was.
right. Yeah. You told that story, but go ahead.
Yeah, it was after a show. He was in between his talk shows, and he came to Chicago, did a show, and then after, outside the Chicago theater, he came out and met people and talked and stuff. And I was just like, I couldn't talk. I didn't know what to say to the guy. I was so in awe because I love Conan. And probably the weirdest celebrity encounter was in England. I was in the audience at the Graham Norton show, this talk show over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And
Cool.
I was in the
I love
second
Graham
row.
Norton.
He's really funny. He does a good show, and he
It's
has
a
all the
great
guests
show.
come out at once.
Very funny show.
And I met Tom Cruise.
Wow.
Yeah, he was one of the guests on the show, and
Oh, he wasn't just hanging out?
no, he was.
Come on, man.
he was saying Tom.
That was easy. Go on.
Yeah. He was after they filmed the show. He came off the stage and he was walking in my direction, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to meet Tom Cruise. So I looked at him and I just went, Tom. And he looks at me and he comes over and he's walking in my direction with his hand out. So I'm looking at him and we shook hands and I'm looking at him. I didn't have anything else to say to this guy.
You should have started laughing like he laughs.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't.
the Ben Stiller imitation, exactly.
I didn't know what. Well, after some what seemed like hours had passed, as we're shaking hands, finally I just went, "How you doing?" And I could tell like he was looking at me like, "Do I know this guy? Where do I know this guy? How am I supposed to know this guy?" And I was kind of letting him off the hook by saying, "How you doing? I'm a nobody. You don't know me. You may continue now." And that's what he did. He moved on.
You know, when they shot Risky Business, they shot it here in Chicago, and literally 8 people I know that were all high school kids at the time are all in the big party scene at the end when the high school kids are hanging out with the hookers and stuff like that. And he has the big part when he has the college interview with Richard Mazur and everything. But seriously, so many of my friends and my one buddy Kaz, good man, has a great like moment where he says, "Hey, Joel." And he's like, "Hey, how you doing, man? Really good to see you." Just shakes his hand and keeps going and stuff. And it's like, yeah, man, it's very funny.
I was shocked at how tall he's not, because I walked past him on a New York City street one day, and he's not a tall guy.
Like 5'4" or something like that, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
short?
Stallone too. Stallone's really tiny. I always point out Rocky 2. He's preparing for the second fight with Apollo Creed, and Burgess Meredith's giving him, crap. Come on, what's the matter? That guy too fast for you? And
You gotta eat lightning and crap thunder, Rock. Yeah.
Right. And the guy he's sparring with is Roberto Duran, and they're the same size. And Roberto Duran's like 5'5", 5'4", something like that. And it's like wow. I mean, again, next to Rocky, Roberto Duran looks like a heavyweight. It's like no, he's a lightweight. All right, how you doing? So
the Tom Cruise thing. After I met him, that wasn't the end of it.
Oh,
It got a little more weird. No, you're fine.
Don't got
The
Christmas
show. Yeah. No.
Everybody just stop and look at Scoot right now. Oh, Scoot was looking down. We can only see his eyes, his
His eyes.
mask.
C-3PO. Scoot 3PO.
Oh,
Go ahead, sorry.
Thanks
So-
you told us that. Go on.
Yeah, the show's over. Graham Norton show. They filmed it. I already had my moment with Tom Cruise. Shook his hand. He moved on, and then they started leading everybody out of the building. So I followed everyone in my row, who I assumed were all heading toward the exit, but they weren't. They were heading backstage. So I just followed them. I just followed this line of people backstage. I just kept going, and they all seemed to know where they were going. I had no idea. So all of a sudden, we're backstage behind the set, and Tom Cruise is standing there, and I don't know if you're familiar with Zac Efron, but he was also he was a guest on the show. He was standing there, and I'm looking like trying not to act like I don't belong there because I didn't want to get in trouble. But I had a deep feeling that I was not supposed to be there. And then all of a sudden they start going down this ramp to a parking deck, like an underground deck. And all these people start getting into limos. Graham Norton comes by, gets in a limo, Tom Cruise. And I thought, this is the point where I'm going to get caught.
But the story ends with you getting your own limo.
Yeah. So I got in the limo. No, I did not get in the limo. That's where the story ends. They all got in limos and left, and I was like the last one from that group who didn't get into a limo. So I'm standing there in this parking garage, and there were like 7 security guards around me who had remained. And I tried so hard to look like I belonged. And I just looked at one of the guards, and I just gave him a nod like this, and I walked back in. And I was looking for an exit, found one, I got out of there, and that was it.
All right. I thought there was more to that story.
Wow. Zac Efron, by the way, that's the pretty boy. I was thinking of the Scrubs guy. That's obviously a different person.
Oh, Zach Braff.
Yeah, Zach Braff, exactly. And I wanted to make sure it wasn't also Shazam.
Zachary Levi.
Yeah. But yeah, Zac Efron. Zac Efron was going to do one of Bendis's earlier graphic novels called Fire, and it was this intelligence agent story. And very early on, like around the time of Goldfish and I forget his other big character that he did for Caliber before starting to get bigger gigs and stuff like that. But he had told me that Zac Efron was looking at Fire as a possible film. Yeah, Jinx, of course. Thank you, Mike. Absolutely.
I blanked for a second too.
Jinx World. I'm an idiot. Of course, that was the name of his community.
Jinx.
Still is, right? He still does that, doesn't he? Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Doesn't he still do the Jinx World stuff?
That's the name of his imprint. But he used to have his message board. No. He shut it down like at least almost 10 years ago. Yeah. So that's how I met everybody. That's how we all became friends, and Fraction and B. Clay Moore was over there, and of course Brian and stuff. But no, that's how I kind of Joe Henderson, who is now the showrunner of Lucifer, was an early Bendis board guy. Yeah. All right, again, back to a dead halt again.
Dead air.
Tell you what, you talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to get up and get some water. I'll be back.
Just the part where Johnny wanders around his apartment.
Exactly. Enjoy it.
He hates us.
I do hate you. I especially hate C-3PO.
Oh, dear. What's your problem, John?
Oh, look, he can do an imitation. Look at that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Wait, what?
I don't know what's happening, but I like it.
Why did this happen?
I don't know, but he's gonna yell at us for not talking, so we better talk. Sorry, couldn't help myself. Oh, there's C-3PO right there.
There he is.
Oh, everybody's leaving now. This is great.
What if we all just got up and left?
Bernie wants to know what Scoot is drawing. What are you drawing, Scoot?
I can't tell you. Actually, it's a project I'm working on that hasn't been revealed yet.
So there you go, yeah. Bernie. You get nothing, Bernie.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Look, when Johnny comes back, all these C-3POs will be here.
Oh, I need a C-3PO. I gotta get one. Where's my C-3PO?
Mine's a cartoony one from the Disney store.
I gotta go get one.
Oh dear.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta get mine.
Put your hood up, Skoke. It's gold.
I like how Scoot's like, well, if it's the color, then that's the costume.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it still counts.
I got mine too. Gonna do that.
You got the same one, Franco.
I gotta do an unboxing.
That's the same one.
I gotta do an unboxing. This is great. This is going to be great for the home audience just listening on a podcast. 'Cause
Look at him
knows,
back there.
nobody knows. Take a look. Listen to-
What's in here? Oh dear. How about the
dear.
sauerkraut? I would choose the sauerkraut with the hot dog.
He pulled something out and smelled it.
A bagel and cream cheese, probably. Oh dear, look.
Oh yeah. Hello.
There's me.
Ooh.
Let's see if
So,
Johnny
come
can
on, you
tell.
have to have something C-3PO in your house. Come on.
Let's see if Johnny can tell what's happening on the screen.
Oh, wait.
Skoke does have one.
I knew it.
Welcome back, John.
Yes.
Nice.
That's all good stuff.
Now who's laughing?
Wow. I'm surrounded by 3POs. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my.
Oh my.
Oh, my goodness.
And my screen has two 3POs.
Goodbye, dear friends. I know I barely know you, but I'm about to be rebooted by Chumbawamba, or whatever the hell that stupid little...
Babu Frick.
Chumbawamba.
Chumbawamba.
Whatever his name was.
I'll get knocked down and I'll get up again.
Exactly.
did.
I knew what I was saying. I just didn't remember Babu Frick's name. Chumbawamba. I get knocked down.
And I get up.
Which
again.
more
Yeah.
annoying, that song or did I
don't know what that song is, so but it definitely annoyed
Oh,
me.
really? You know, every time the Blackhawks, when they were winning Stanley Cups, like, you know, it was nothing.
Oh, yeah.
That became the goalie song. That became the goal song.
That would require some interest in sports, which I have none.
Oh, nice one. That's a great. I like that, Scoot. That's fantastic.
No.
Wow.
Shut up,
I know.
3PO.
I know.
Quiet, you.
What did you get when you were up and wandering around your apartment, Johnny?
I peed. I you know, I had a grapefruit section and
You
whole bunch
smelled
of-
something.
We
Oh,
know
my-
you sniffed. You
So let
sniffed
me
something.
imitate Scoot. So anyway, yeah, I look like 3PO, don't I? Yeah, I look totally like 3PO. Yeah.
Look
Don't
at
you
Mike's
get it?
3PO. It's
Don't you
authentic.
get it? Absolutely.
It's a
Well, there's
statue.
Vader back there.
Anyway,
And look at my shirt. Come on.
I look forward to listening to those 3 minutes when I was away. Why did Johnny hate us? I can already tell you what was already said. Why did Johnny
It
hate
was
us? I don't know.
running to find
I don't know.
C-3PO.
And then there's about like 20 seconds of dead air.
No, 3PO was giving commentary while you were looking
Yeah.
through your fridge.
Oh
We
dear.
were laughing.
Oh, dear, there's some sauerkraut in here. What happened? Smells-
I currently do not have sauerkraut in my fridge. I can say within the last 6 months, I did have sauerkraut in my fridge. I love sauerkraut. I'm a massive sauerkraut fan.
I like that Bernie says, my wife is concerned that all of you had a C-3PO within arm's reach. Bernie, we're concerned that you don't. You're telling us that
Yeah, I don't
you
either, Bernie. Don't worry about it, man. I'm with you.
There is probably any number of items that we could all say go, and we all have it in arms.
Yeah.
reach. Superman definitely.
Superman, yeah.
Jeff
I've got
Goldblum
my,
shower curtain.
I've got my Doug Monkey sketch within arm's reach. So
Jeff,
you're right.
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum shower curtain. Go.
Hey, because I don't want you to save it till the end because, but Skoke, you should do your song, man.
Oh yeah. Want to do it now?
Yeah, do
Yeah.
it now because I got
All right.
I got an addendum to that, a funny story. But go ahead.
Good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to perform a bit of a tune here for you. Well, as we all know, it's that time of year again, Christmas time, and
Just in case the virus takes care of all of us by the end of Christmas, Skoke wanted to get this Christmas song in.
Yeah, I want to get this in now while we're all still here.
While we're still alive, exactly.
Sorry. Not many people know this, but every year around Christmas time, several of the world's celebrities get together and they sing Christmas carols. And if you were lucky enough to, excuse me, be in the room during one of these caroling sessions, you might see the likes of celebrities such as Sean Connery, Matthew McConaughey, Bill Cosby, who will be zooming in this year to the caroling session, along with our current president and Kermit the Frog.
Well,
So, if you might have overheard this caroling session, it might have sounded a little something like this. City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laugh and people
There he is.
and leading smile after smile. And above all, the bustle you hear. Silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time for Bill Cosby. Ring-a-ling, pudding. Soon I will get out of jail. See the street lights and the stoplights blink a bright red and green as the shoppers rush home with their presents. Listen, let me tell you something. We're still going to build that wall. It's going to be tremendous. And I think you're going to like it. Silver bells. Silver bells. It's Christmas time for Bill Cosby. Ring-a-ling. I'm not going to sing. Soon I will pick up some chicks. All right, all right, all right.
Very nice.
Yay, that was good. Yay.
Very nice. Well done.
Good.
Now I have a real Sean Connery story that I picked up
Ooh.
because I got a high-powered insurance guy that is always in these like charity events where you meet celebrities and stuff, and they were all, and it was after they played this tournament with all these celebrities, and Sean, of course, was playing. And at the luncheon afterwards, he was in this circle of like 10 guys. And of course, everybody had James Bond questions. And he was totally cool, answering the James Bond questions. But one guy was kind of drunk and was like, "All right, come on, Sean. You were beautiful. It's the 60s. Come on, you had to nail a lot of women, right? Like, come on, who was the craziest woman that you nailed? Big celebrity and stuff." Yes. Anyway, any other questions about Bond? Come on, Sean. Yeah, come on. Who is it and everything? Would not answer and stuff. So it's the end of the afternoon, and he's shaking hands with all of them. And he gets to the drunk guy, and he grabs him. He pulls him really close. He's like Petula Clark in the ass. All right, now fuck.
Oh man,
I love that. I absolutely love that.
Wow.
Now F off. Petula Clark.
I like that he felt obligated that he had to answer the question.
Yeah.
Are you satisfied now? I told you. Now back off.
The guy paid his money and he wanted an answer.
That's the explanation. My buddy's like, it was like, drop 20 grand and you get to meet this celebrity. So, it wasn't cheap. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Petula Clark. And I'm like, downtown. I know a place where we could go. Right back here.
These boots were made for walking right over your ass, right?
That's Nancy. That's Nancy.
Yeah.
My daughter, you jerk. They did that. Frank and Nancy did the duet. It's called Something Stupid. And you'd recognize the music because it like plays in elevators on music like constantly.
Yeah.
But it was this like kind of weird love song that this father and daughter were singing to each other. I mean, it's supposed to be like a romantic love song. And obviously Frank, a big singer, Nancy was riding high on her big hits. But I've heard Nancy say, yeah, we called that the incest song because everyone was really grossed out about the fact that it was Frank and Nancy singing this love song to each other. It's like, it's kind of a bit like myself and my daughter, who's, by the way, excellent looking. And I love grabbing her by the waist in public and talking about how hot she is. Creepy.
The lady.
I like the lady.
Who's my daughter?
I hope Wayne Newton is okay during the virus. We haven't heard any Wayne Newton updates. So,
He'll be fine. His face will be fine.
He's more machine now than man.
It's true. he's 90% Botox. I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, I think we've been on long enough and annoyed people long enough. Join us next time when we're going to tell ghost stories.
Ghost
yeah,
dad.
that was a good idea.
Ghost
We got to
dad
do that
stories?
next time, man.
Celebrity ghost stories.
The last time we did the YouTube, literally, we were like on for another hour just between us all. And that's when Skoke broke out the song for the first time. And we're like, oh, that's good, man. Do it on the show. That's excellent. And Negan is telling everyone's got really, really good ghost stories. So, yeah, that would be a good for the next one. I like it.
So, yeah. Artie will be freaked out, so it'll be good. But,
he'll just tell a bunch of Squatch stories. And I mean, I'm not kidding. That's exactly what he'll do.
But thanks for coming, everybody. We appreciate it. We've wasted another 2 hours of everybody's life, which I like a lot. So thanks for coming.
Yeah.
I like Pink very much, Lois. Artie wasn't with us, so he can't do the ending.
He was doing the donuts, making the donuts instead. I like Scary Bunny Baby, Lois.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Where'd you get that Dave Shite bunny?
That's what I'm gonna call him. I named him Dave Shite.
Shaved Dave.
I like it.
I like Pink very, very much, Lois.
I like Pink very much, Lois.
I like Pink very much, Lois. It's all right. All right.
Dirk Pitts. Let's all take that home with us. Dirk Pitts.
Yeah. I like Pink too. Yeah, whatever.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Bye.
Good one.